All right, it's party time. Whoa. I didn't do wah this time. I went whoa, whoa. How's it going, everybody? Welcome, 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 welcome. How you doing, Matthew? Supremely nice. How you doing? Some mysterious person on YouTube. What do you call a reptile detective and investigator? Gator, I hardly know her. Anyway, how you doing, Jay? Congratulations on your first. How you doing, Kozalax? Welcome, welcome, welcome. You will be broiled. How you doing, Horror Loving? Hold on. Nice. How you doing, Moss? How you doing, Ars? How you doing, Nobody? How you doing, Steve? Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, and how you doing, Black Roses? Thank you for the sub. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I've also learned that Twitch lies. Twitch was like, yo, yeah, if you start the ads early on, it'll stop the rest of them. No. I have been bamboozled, and thus I will not be doing that again. Hopefully you guys are having a good time. Another kind of weekend of like, hey, I've been doing a lot of like packing and planning and stuff. Oh, there we go. Let me remove these. Let me remove these. I'll leave Marie Kondo on there along with coelacanth that I just picked up a million years ago. But I did get to do some one-page rules regiments again, which is a lot of fun. I got to do the lad, the guy in the crocodile dude, the Cracadrak or whatever. And also, I got this guy out of my backlog. There we go. He's mostly been good now. I needed to do some. Let me zoom out a little bit. I need to do some sprue goo in order to make his wings a bit wider because previously they were too close and painting him was a pain in the ass. So yeah. And also, these guys are not done yet. So these are the Blightkings. If you're like, why are they white? First of all, you can't ask people that. Second of all, I saw a technique about using paper, like basically like tissue paper to kind of do like a ragged cloth layer. And I thought that'd be really cool. For the most part, it came out pretty well. This one, I can see a little bit of like the fibers. Ah, goddamn, we got a fucking break. Ah. I'll deal with that. I'll explain more in a sec. So for some reason, my stream on Twitch is just locked in like very, very early in. That's because your cat is my number one fan. So like you gotta. Yeah, that's something I've been thinking about. It's like do I care about the fibers that much? I don't know. I might just leave it. So like this guy was fine. The other ones, like some of them need a couple more layers in some spots. I don't know if this is like a good example. But like overall, it seems to be like this one you can really see those fibers, which I don't know if I'm feeling super. But anyway, they were what I was going to be painting today, but they're not done yet. Scrunkly is one of those words that like you see online, but you don't really conceptualize how it's spelled until you're like, oh fuck, how do I spell scrunkly? So today is going to do like a couple of different things. This guy, you might remember him from ages ago. I've played him on the tabletop like once, and he needs to be finished. I've also got the guy in his cage. This guy was a captured dude from another player, and he just like, oh yeah, you can have my model. That's cool. So I built him a fun little cage and I magnetized it so that he will fit in his sad little. He's got his little cross, he's doing good. And then also, speaking of guys who got played for the first time today, these two. I did some texturing and whatnot. I did a bunch of stuff. I did the rest of my Sons of Horus. My just kind of like Mark 2. I always forget, but Mark 2 and 3 are very similar, but I just kind of forget which one is which. I did a similar thing, like texture paste, gravel, a little bit of Mod Podge. Quantum fiber. Punch him. There we go. No, okay, so that one hasn't even been workshopped yet. So I will be working on this guy. Though right now, I think I want to get a little bit of black on the bases for this dirt is because I need to prime it. I'm just going to use this like black airbrush primer because I use that shit for everything that I need to. Like if I ever need to like brush on primer, it's usually black. Oh fuck, there was a. Also, actually, I lied. I also need to prime this because I was like, these two guys are customized. This guy needs to look a bit more Nurgle, but I don't want to change his head. So I was like, oh yeah, I found this bit from like my Blightkings stuff, and I can just sort of just tuck it behind the shoulders, and then hey, there we go. Look at him. He's got his little. He's got his little evil guy in the back. So. Like, yeah, no, things have been good. I might be getting some more 3rd edition games coming in. I I've gotten a tour of the 3rd apartment. In theory, there's going to be another one tomorrow. I still think the one tomorrow is the one I'm probably shooting the most for. The one I saw since last stream was not too bad though. It's not really too bad. It's kind of like in the one. It's like the part of town is, I wouldn't say it's quite sketchy, but it's like definitely like not as nice as some of the other ones I'm looking at. But like it's also kind of like, I kind of wonder to a certain degree of like, you know, like an apartment complex having like a gym and a bunch of other like realistically, maybe this is because just like I'm functionally like a weird indoor nerd, where like it's always like this, like, yeah, you know, they got these like big outdoor kind of like group areas. I don't know if I want to be grilling with like the rest of the neighborhood, but maybe for some people that's like genuinely a plus. But I don't know. I would much rather not need to kind of like sort of pay for those. Like I'm totally cool with just getting like a place that is just like a place with my own shit, and I don't know. How you doing, Stop Motion Gamer? Oh yeah, this is technically this is a homunculus, but yeah, thank you. I do kind of want to do a new communicant. I actually like, I did a communicant ages ago, sort of like in that like early stage where I really didn't like when Trench Crusade was still very much like super duper in beta. But like I kind of want to make another one now that I know a bit more what I'm doing and a bit more cohesive with my themes and whatnot. And I found this like cool kind of like big flesh zombie guy. Hey, it's all good. As usual, you know, watch as much of stream as you can and or want at the end of the day. How be the zomboiden? How be the boyden? I'll play that for a hot minute. I am excited for this week though. So for people who might not have heard me say it, I will be taking a break from Half-Life, like the Half-Life franchise. I figured that, so like, you know, I don't think I need to play an entire franchise in a row, so I'm going to stagger it out a little bit. The next game I'm going to be playing is Esoteric Ebb, which was kind of sold as like, what if Disco Elysium and TRPGs? I'm like, okay, you know, I like both those things. Also, why do I keep like shimmying over? I don't understand. I keep trying to leave the screen, and I don't want to do that. There we go. Oh, yes. There we go. How you doing, Noodles? How you doing? I'm applying some base black before I go work on like the actual model I'm wanting to work on tonight. Which also, I got this beautiful boy who has been. You guys might remember this guy from like way back. His old base was shit. So I got this, like, because I've been getting a lot of fantasy stuff, that one is actually, like, able to be magnetized. So I'm like, that's gonna be pretty legit. AOS tournament. Hey, let's go. I know to a certain degree, AOS is kicking back up around where I'm at. Like, I think they're doing one of those, like, Path to Glory slow grow leagues. I have not super looked into it. Also, how you doing, Shopkeeper? Welcome. How you doing? I'm both in a weird spot where, like, I want to play, like, every game, but also realize that I just don't have time in my life to play every game. So, like, I don't know, maybe if they do, like, a big, like, full-day event, I wouldn't mind just getting my Skaven out of cold storage and just kind of, like, rocking them for a bit. Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Listen, Slug is very powerful. In the world of Turnip, Big Slug is chief military concern. You want the biggest slug you can, or else everyone's gonna make fun of you, and that's almost worse than defeat. I'm trying to like, you're wondering like, why am I painting this dirt black? It's because like it's to prime it. It probably doesn't need a super B prime because of the Mod Podge, but also like I want to repaint over it. I very much like the Vallejo dirt paste for the texture. I want to do my own colors though. I'm doing pretty good. Oh fuck yeah, let's go. I am also in the in my local group. I've finished my 3rd game of Trench Crusade. I need to do my 4th. And apparently at this point it's getting kind of spotty, so we'll see how that holds up. But yeah, I'm doing pretty well. I got my airbrush packed up, and my like Centauri Carbon packed up. Those feel kind of weird because up until this point I've been packing things like, there is that kind of whole like, you know, like if you don't use something for a long time and then like you don't like miss it, like do you really need it? And like you could say that for a lot of like my model backlog or whatever, but it's like, oh yeah, I have to actually like pack it like my airbrush, and I use that like every now and then, but like when I do, it's really handy. But it's like, no, I need to get some of that ready, especially because like I don't think I don't know. Part of me would like to try to decide on a place to apply to next week, just to kind of get that wrapped up. I feel like once I got like a place in mind, everything else would kind of click more or less. Oh, music. My music is kind of all over the place. Also, you're going to be getting, like, if you have not realized that, on the YouTube side, I have to play different music compared to Twitch, just because YouTube copyright stuff is a bit more bullshit. Also, Twitch gives you the option to put all your audio into a separate feed, which is really, really, really good. That way, it's like the VODs don't have that either. It's weird, because I'm either torn between, I like kind of like really, like kind of like Vocaloid poppy stuff, but also like left to my own devices, I will also just listen to kind of somber folk punk. I do like me some kind of like melancholy folk punk. It's pretty good. Like Days and Days, AJJ. Who the fuck sings Coffee, God, and Cigarettes? Emperor X. God, and Mischief Brew. There we go. That guy's tricky because there are some musicians. Also, I'm gonna use a little bit of I'm gonna use a bit of buff and a bit of off-white to try to make like this eyeball color. This guy's actually like, he looks really, really far along, and he really is, but there's like a couple like little holes, like where it's like, oh yeah, there's like just a little bit of color that was missed. So that's, once I get the eye, it's gonna be mostly just kind of like hunting those down. Oh fuck yeah, let's go. That's a pretty nice mix. Yeah, I wish I kind of had like a mix like that. That's something that sounds like you say that and you're like, ooh, look at you, varied music enjoyer. And meanwhile, I'm just like, well, I listened to the same Vocaloid song I discovered this week 10 times in a row. Yep. Right now, I'm playing an old radio playlist, not like radio with some slashes in it. So, and this has been nice. It's been like kind of nostalgic. It's got a lot of old anime OPs, some other miscellaneous kind of just like music from the era. It's been nice. How you doing, Casual Maker? How you doing? How you doing, X Attack? Welcome. How you doing? Top Hat. There we go. Yeah. I can remember some usernames. Also been doing like a little bit of looking into stream prep stuff. I do think StreamerBot sounds like it's going to be really, really nice, and I want to get that. What I really want to try to do is see if I can connect StreamerBot to MixItUpBot, because if so, I might be able to add the inventory system to. So the inventory system for YouTube people has just not really been a thing. I'm going to see if I can try to replicate some of that features, because just inherently MixItUp doesn't let you do. I don't think MixItUp lets you do multiple sources, I think. Oh, fuck yeah, let's go. The StarCraft war game does look pretty nice. I've also had a friend of mine that's like, hey, Hal, listen. If I get into the StarCraft war game, would you consider it? And I'm like, oh, you know, I think the Zerg are neat. I don't know if that drive is as strong with my group anymore, but like that might be a thing eventually I might do. Do think Zerg are neat. It's kind of weird though. I'm kind of so lost in the sauce for chaos that now I'm just like, what could also work for chaos? And the thing is, StarCraft really doesn't have a chaos equivalent. Like, and that's fine. StarCraft is way more like, I'm not going to say it's hard sci-fi because it's really not, you know. It's got the prerequisite like space magic, but you know, basically a lot of them do. So how you doing, Manito? How you doing? Coincidence? Yeah, probably. The biggest coincidence. Oh, fuck yeah, let's go. Bonanners fan club, let me get a little bit. That should be good enough for now. All right, let's do it. Let me hit the funny snake button. Wow. There we go. Yeah. Welcome everyone to my snake. She's still hibernate. We've had an abnormally cold winter, so she's still basically hibernating. I'm gonna try to lure her out with another delicious snack tomorrow. I got a rat in my freezer, and I'm hoping she goes for it, because I think once she decides to eat, I think things are gonna, like, you know, she's gonna kind of reawaken to become a person again. But yeah, let me hit the magical updoot button. Come in. There we go. Hey, there we go. And yeah, Manito, you've locked the fuck in on the sophomore, the vice president rank of the official Nanners fan club. Hell yeah. My very, very good. I almost said delicious snake. I'm like, no, I don't want to eat her. that'd be fucked up. No, that's fair. But my music tastes are just kind of like wrong, so like I just kind of do whatever sounds good to me at the moment. That's how Luna went. Enjoy your lurk. Enjoy your lurk. Hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. Oh. Good. Hey, no, it's all good. It's all good. Have yourself a good night and take it easy. Thank you for staying up so late. And I'll catch you later. How you doing, Sneslak? How you doing? How you doing? I'm painting homunculi and showing everybody my snake live, you know, as one does. Hey, how's this looking? There we go. I can zoom in a little bit more. Hold on. This is what I'm talking about. Like, this playlist has a lot of like very specific OPs from the era. Like Daily Life of High School Boys. It's like, mwah, chef's kiss. Like, if you ever heard people who are like, why don't, like, I think again, I've actually started to look for anime that maybe there's more of this now, but that kind of like, you know, like, why isn't it, like, there's like cute girls doing cute things, but there's not like a guy equivalence. And really, it's Daily Lives of High School Boys, but it's just high school guys doing dumb shit things. It's kind of excellent. Oh, fuck, I'm so far. I did that thing where I read all the manga when it was live. And then the manga translations kind of stopped for a bit and I fell off. I was reading Beastars to the point where they sort of like just introduced hybrids. Which is like, I don't even remember how far it is, but definitely when they're like, oh yeah. Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. Also, maybe this is also just me, but the way they localize Lugosi is Lugosi. I don't like it. I don't even care if that's more accurate. Like, Lugosi is a name. Like, Bela Lugosi is a dude. So like that's a real name, but Lugosi fucks with my shit. See, I like when things get really weird, so I'd probably vibe with it. I know Paru's got a series called Sonda that's apparently really good. Hey, how you doing, Edgu? How you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm painting my homunculized hideous eye, you know, as one does. How you doing? How you doing? It's like this is going pretty good. I was a little worried about this eyeball, but it looks like it's not too bad. How you doing? How you doing? Cute guys chopping wood and doing taxes. Nah, it's mostly just like doing dumb pranks in there, but I think basically you're describing Golden Kamui though. Oh, camera froze. Let me fix that. Shut the... I'm almost at the point where I'm wondering how long this poor cable connector has to go. I'm doing pretty all right. I'm currently in the middle of a landlord kind of induced move, but things all together in my life are still going pretty legit. So it could be a lot worse. It breaks suspension. Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. I mean, there's a couple of them. I'm really bad at naming things off the cuff, but they definitely exist. I know there's like Silver Spoon is definitely one. I know there's a couple of college anime. Honey and Clover is, oh my god, I fucking love Honey and Clover. Honey and Clover is about like a bunch of students at an art college, and it kind of includes like up to them graduating from it. It's really good, but also like I have never cried more in an anime. I'm not even joking. That is a legitimately super sad series. But it's I like the sadness in Honey and Clover more than like I'm on record of not enjoying Anohana because for me Anohana feels like the sadness equivalent of a jump scare. Like where I feel like it's like I don't know. Like the way it does sadness is that it's like, yeah, it's like, hey, you fucker, you sad? How about some more sad, bitch? Like that's what Anohana always felt like to me. But like, God, fucking Honey and Clover, Jesus Christ. They call him the dude. Why? What's up with the localizing the names in Beastars? Like these are like, you know, very like English names, like, you know, Western names. They have a very obvious Western counterpart. It's super strange. I still need to read/watch Clannad. You did remind me that is on my docket somewhere to get around to. Yeah, because that one it's like it was always kind of like for years the like, oh yeah, you want to be big sad. It's like Clannad and Angel Beats. Those are sort of the two that was for that's always sort of been like, yeah, these are for crying. And I have not watched. No, I think I watched like one. Okay, I've watched like a little bit of Angel Beats, but like I've recalled none of it. So Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I don't know. Maybe once again, like I don't know. I'm bitter at Anohana because I felt like it was like too like so telegraphed that being sad in a certain way that it felt. I wasn't like, oh man, this is sad. I was like, fuck you, show. Fuck you. You're exploiting tear jerking stuff. Yeah, local. I mean, it's like sometimes there's localization. Sometimes also like the authors are really insistent. Also, sometimes you can just get like a headcanon that just kind of like is, you know, just in your own brain, but like it's hard to do. It's hard to untangle that. Do you guys remember Jitsuwa Watashiwa? It's basically about like this guy and this like vampire chick who kind of like have a big romance. It's sort of like a lot of like monster girl romance stuff, but the monster girls aren't particularly monstery in that. But anyway, what's it called? The big thing on there is like the main character has like the main vampire lady has green hair. And like when I was reading it in the manga, they didn't have any like versions of her hair out yet. I didn't see what the canon hair color was. And by the time it was out, I was like, God, I imagined she was blonde because everything about everything really implied that she would be blonde. And now she's got like this like weird, gross green hair. I like green hair, but the green hair she has is wrong. It's not green, it's just like fucked up. I don't think I've not done Your Lie in April. I haven't even heard of Insomniacs After School. Hold on, this artist looks very, wait, hold on, hold on. No, I don't recognize any of these titles. Okay, but yeah, okay. I am curious about this one. Here we go. Oh, I can't speak. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So at that point, they're taking the like Oda's word. It's like, well, you're the guy who wrote it, so okay. Even though it's just like him saying like, I don't really know English very well, which once again, fair. I do not know Japanese very well. I don't mind if these bone fragments have like a little bit of the underlying kind of like pink purple to it. Cyberpunk was pretty sad. I've also mentioned before that I have, because of life circumstances, anytime a character has a sick or like a show has like a sick or dying mom in it, I weep. Like I will want to be in fully on record. Lucky Star made me cry, which was like, oh god, that's almost the most like the worst. Like it's so bad because people are like Lucky Star, the fucking multi Sailor Huku and whatnot. Like yeah. But Ghost Konada's mom, I'm like, she's watching over them. It's the worst. I can't stop it. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Well, sick. Yeah, no, legitimately exact same thing happened to me. Like my adopted mother passed like beginning year of high school. And anything with like, it's like that, there's like, They Might Be Giant, not They Might Be Giant, They Might Be Giants is a cool band. It's called I Kill Giants, the one about like didn't they get animated? I swear They Kill Giants, I Hunt Giants or They Kill Giants or something like that got an animation version. Pikachu I didn't want there. There we go. The things were handling me, and I got you. I will admit that did make me a little curious, but I can totally understand why that would get you the sads. Let's see, oh no, did I get a little bit of white at the top? I mean, I need to touch up a little bit of orange anyway. How you doing, Shastra? How you doing? I'm currently painting some lads. Right now, I need to get his belt. This guy, like I said, this guy's like very close, but really the big thing for him is that, oh god, my fucking paint clogged. Why is all my paint clogged? Grab that. I also need to keep track of the time very well. I'm trying to get these like ad breaks coordinated so that ways, I can kind of minimize the amount of ads being shown and whatnot. Oh, yeah, okay, so it was a Hollywood thing. Oh, okay, maybe that's why I didn't watch that. There we go. Oh, so this is for Trench Crusade. Specifically, I'm doing the variant of the Sultanate. where you trade out. You don't get like their typical leader. You don't get the assassins, but you get like a whole bunch of brushes fucked up. I need to deep clean my brushes again. But basically, you go heavy on the alchemy stuff. So you got like a lot more homunculi. You can kind of DIY your own. Yeah. That's why this guy's gotten, because of campaign shenanigans, he's gotten a heavy flamethrower, which normally is kind of harder to do stuff with. But also the nice thing is if he dies, I can bring the entire unit back for 40, including the flamethrower, which is normally like 55. And he's got strong, and also there is the alchemists themselves in particular have an ability. It's like, oh yeah, 2 models on 32 millimeter bases can be infiltrated. So I wasn't able to use the infiltrate ability last game because it's one of those scenarios where they're like, oh yeah, you can't infiltrate in this one. Eat shit. I'm like, okay. Which fair, you have to do that in some scenarios or else they just don't work. I'm okay with it. But what I really like is I can infiltrate him in some scenarios and then also infiltrate the alchemist with the sniper rifle, which really gives me a lot of options for surprising the fuck out of them. Oh yeah, you can get like the little one where you get like a one that costs like 40 or whatever. I think that's really cool that they give that as just like a campaign reward. It's like, oh yeah, here you go. I think that's a really neat thing for the game to do. Because like, you know, the little Build-A-Bear little system for that is pretty fun. This guy, like when I dry brush the little amulet, I definitely got a little bit of overspill, which I'm correcting right now. Oh, it comes with up free. Okay, I didn't know, because I always wondered about that. Because like, I'm gonna be honest, this is nothing to do wrong with that book. It's just that whenever I seen somebody run one of those, usually the golem gets popped super early. So I never really get to see what other factions do when they get the books. Okay. Yeah, I mean that's, you know, I feel like also that's why generally I kind of stick to like fan sub stuff over, especially because like for the most part, like most subs flow out of Crunchyroll, and Crunchyroll is just bad. Crunchyroll is just a bad business. Like they fucking bought out Right Stuff, which used to be like a great place to buy anime and stuff from, and then they just gutted it for really no reason. I'm sure the reason was because to have like firmer control over merchandising stuff, but like it fucking sucked because that place was great. I used to get like really good deals sometimes on like this. Like there was a Black Friday, I picked up like a bunch of like Blu-rays from Right Stuff, like the fucking Girls Last Tour and some other stuff. Okay, Crunchyroll's bad. I would argue that at the very least, Netflix every now and then will fund like an interesting show and make it real. I don't think Crunchyroll has any net positive on the industry or just like art in general. I'm not that you can't make fun of Netflix. You absolutely can. But I do feel like compared to I think Crunchyroll is like a leech with no benefit, and Netflix, you know, is Netflix. But sometimes something accidentally good comes out of Netflix being Netflix. Does that make any sense? Look at like this little divots. Yeah, Praetor. Hey, fuck yeah, let's go. Are you using the official Praetor model? That one is nice. I mean, a lot of people's Praetor models look really legit, but like, man, I do like I don't run the official one, but I do think the official is a very pretty model. You got the dime. Well, I mean, even like mostly, I think this is in terms of anime, where it's like we got Cyberpunk, and I'm sure there's a couple of other series that would not have been made if it wasn't for Netflix money. I mean, the thing is, for a while, at least, so like I used to be more of a seasonal anime watcher, and like in my experience, if you really wanted to watch anime, it wasn't that hard. I'll have to check it out on the Discord then. So yeah, I don't know. I don't think at any point Crunchyroll has really been doing any good other than for the brief period of time where I guess Horrible Subs, does Horrible Subs still exist? Which is just people kind of taking Crunchyroll subs and like, you know, cleaning them up a bit because they just were kind of bad. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, digital kit bashing's pretty legit. I don't do any myself because I don't know how. I understand that like with enough like Blender and stuff, you can do really good digital kit bashes. Blender's one of those skills that I'm like, boy, I would love to learn how to do Blender, and I just never sit down and learn. if you're wondering what I'm doing, it's like I'm trying to find like little bit like it's like there are like little holes back here, but I also think once the enamel gets in there. Oh fuck, you're right. Okay, let me fix that real quick for the viewer. Channel points. Thank you. I forgot about that. There we go. That should be good now. Yippee. Did they have original? Yeah, it's possible that I've forgotten about every Crunchyroll original. Short braid. Okay, I can do it. I can rock the dead mom hair. Hey, my original one. Yippee. I need to do more mesh mixers. I also like the act of physically kit bashing, so at least for me, it's not that big of a deal. There's also like little nubbins on the ground. This is just also just mahogany. This is a color I've been using a lot more for my Sultanate as like a base, kind of like brown, that I put the orange over because it just looks really good. Hey, you look at this handsome boy. Also, just little fabric-y bits around here that I need to hit up. Ottoman Empire and the Ocean have in common. They have a lot of salt in it. Let's play my foot. Oh yeah, Marines. I'm like, what is my foot hitting? Spoilers, more Marines. This is actually something I'm kind of hoping to do. Also, how you doing, Lana? Welcome, welcome, welcome. When I move, I want to make a spreadsheet and I want to put every model I have in it. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna do a thing. Let's see if this works. Okay. Okay. This is me trying to disable the ads. BRB. I got a new brown that I just opened up and it's horrible. I'll show you guys in a sec once the ads are done. All right, we're back. God, that's stupid. Anyway, God, this is fucking the worst timing on this. So there is this color, petroleum brown, which I got at, I went to this, I was going to get me some new like dirt brown that I like to use. But like, this looks, okay, this is, let's see, let me try this out. Maybe it's not too, the problem with it is I'm having a hard time getting a good feel for what's supposed to be like, but like, yeah, no, this might legitimately just be like the shit brown. Let me try it on the base though. Maybe it'll look better on the base. Also, this guy, you know, like Nurgle stuff, it could have a bit of a gross base if need be. Maybe it looks better as a base. I have like a different brown if I need to, but like, I was like, yeah, you know, it's called petroleum brown, but maybe that's just like, it's tricky because like Pro Acro's really weird that a lot of times their colors are like very like, this is a royal purple. Like, oh, that's a color I recognize. That's a pretty common color. But then it's like, what the fuck am I supposed to take away from petroleum brown? And the answer to that is it looks, yeah, just kind of a stinky brown. Well, I don't think I'm going to use this a lot. For the models that it works for, I guess this is a really good brown, but damn. The only two colors I ever really used from Secret Weapon were just the rust stuff, which are still probably some of my favorite rust pigments. Generally like, well, that was a fun test, I guess. Let's see, and I can go back to these other guys. That's kind of what I assume too, that like now that I know that the petroleum bit is not like a bit, I'm like, oh, okay, so, you know. But I got like there's another brown that I set out that's like, okay, I got the German black, camo black brown. That's what I've used in the past. Like, I think the chart brown was even supposed to be kind of a replacement for this. I'm gonna declog it, of course I do. But yeah. So okay, so if that now I have like a really weird brown, and I can just save that for later. That's kind of the nice thing about paints is if you ever get like, you know, like, oh, I don't like this shade very much. It's like, that's fine. There'll be a project where I need that specific type of brown. And, you know, as somebody who paints a lot of Nurgle stuff, probably sooner than later. And meanwhile, this is let me zoom in to max zoom. Once again, these guys are kind of like a side project, but also I got to play with both of them today, and they did very well. So there we go. This is more the brown I wanted for like a base sort of deal. Base and like a little bit of like cape dirt, because I couldn't really avoid the cape dirt. There we go. Some nice and easy. I did get some new purples too that I do kind of also want to try. Like I said, today was very much like I wanted to do Blightkings. The Blightkings were not dried yet, so I'm wrapping some stuff up. The Homunculi is the big one. The Homunculi does need to be done, and I'm not super worried about him getting done, but he does need to be done. These two, I don't know. We've been playing a lot more fantasy where I'm at. There might be some people doing Old World as well. Like, I might be joining Old World. Maybe not as like a permanent group, but like as like an every now and then thing to an Old World group. And like, that kind of sounds neat, though. It's going to be interesting because I'm playing OPR regiments. I'm able to mix in a lot of like Maggotkin stuff. And I know that in specifically the Old World, I have to do just Chaos Warrior stuff, which is doable. I effectively have like, you know, 2 wizards, a Chaos Lord on a Demon Mount, a Chaos Lord on Manticore. I could make a Chaos Lord on Dragon. I don't really have, the thing I'm really lacking for Chaos stuff is like Barbarians. Like, I know you're supposed to use the Barbarians to throw spears because otherwise you don't got a lot of ranged. It's kind of just like harassing units. But that might be a thing. I don't know. Because apparently, like, the thing that's really interesting about my local area is that there can be like multiple like friend circles in parallel. Like, I was talking with the friend of mine I was playing games with today, and he knows a guy, and that guy was playing 3rd edition 40k with another dude, and they got different armies than what me and my friend play. I'm like, oh shit, there's like an actual honest to god like 3rd edition 40k scene here, which is nice. Homunculus, what? Not dead. Not dead. I also wonder if this is supposed to look a little shiny. This does seem to be keeping its gloss a bit more than the others. So like, okay, so if it's just like effectively like an oil slick effect paint, that actually has some like pretty legitimate uses. So yeah, if you suddenly you're like, man, how's doing a lot of old world stuff, old world painting as of late? Yeah, that's what's going on there, and that's kind of fun though. It's kind of fun. All right, so what we got to do now with you, the boy, the lad? I need to get a little bit more on the mahogany. Yeah, but the thing is, the old world is specifically like in the past, so like. And a lot of the, like, the Blightkings and stuff were added pretty late. Now, if I want to say, like, use a Blight King as, like, a Chaos Lord with the Mark of Nurgle, I probably could. Like, I think that's doable. But as far as I can tell for the old world, it's pretty much, like, Chaos Warriors on mounts, like, a bunch of, like, chariots and whatnot, and then various Barbarian units. And that's pretty much where I'm gonna go there. Like I said, not like, the worst. I could probably kludge some stuff if need be. Oh, that's fair. Let me get my like really dark skin tone first, like dark fleshy skin tone on this guy for a couple spots. So there's like it's like a little bit on there, like a little bit on the wrist. There's like an itty bitty little drop back there. 11th edition. Are we like? I know that we're in that like stage of rumor where people who are like fairly certain what's gonna go in 11th edition. I don't know. We'll see. There's still stuff from 10th edition I kind of want to do. Oh god, that sounds brutal. Like I'm not aiming to be like big sweaty. Okay, I was trying to identify where like a little bit of missing paint was at, and it hit like this weird angle of like optical illusion. I'm like, what's going on here? Where it's like, I understand that. I think if you want to be like the old world like sweat lord, you want to go real heavy on, like, I know dragons are good. From what I understand, like as somebody who doesn't like, I just kind of passively obtain competitive info for various games. Most of the time, it's not even like I want to use it to my advantage. If anything, like I remember when I was starting to get into 10th, like 3rd edition stuff, I was like, all right, what are the most broken chaos builds so I don't do them? I don't want to be that guy that rolls up like, yeah, we're gonna play this like fun older game, you know, kind of neat. By the way, I brought the Iron Warriors because that was apparently the big thing is that like Iron Warriors can bring extra tanks, and either you can crack tanks or you can't. And if you can't, you're just kind of shit out of luck. But yeah, I think realistically, the Manticore, for people who didn't see him earlier, the Manticore is probably going to be the thing I'm going to paint on Tuesday. There we go, I got the Manticore ready to go. I was going to do something fancy with his cape, but then probably not. Also, yours was blurry as shit. And also, his base is primed. Check it out. So I got this kind of like ruined. There's also like a little bit of brown there. That's fine, you know. I'm gonna do that. Yeah, there's like a couple that do that. They have like extra, because I know even like word bearers are like, oh yeah, you can just have like extra slots for demons. That's not a big deal. But I think the thing is just having a lot of extra slots for tanks is just really good. What else is creatures in Aurelia? Oh, okay. I also heard though that like apparently that codex is really fun though. Like it had like a lot of cool options that Tyranids still don't really have. Maybe it was like fun to do. Yep. Let's see how you doing, Decaf Wizard. How you doing? Sure, that might also be true. For me, it's just mostly I just want to like. I'm mostly playing with people that I'm like pretty decent friends with. So for the most part, my goal is typically just to try to minimize like, oh, is this list going to just like absolutely like drain the life out of my bud? That's usually the thing I'm testing more than anything. Like if we're going to have like a fun rank and flank thing, and if I show up with like 3 dragons and then he's like, oh no, I can't get any enjoyment out of this grand battle we got together. That's when I'm like, oh no, I fucked up. Things have gotten bad. Ah, okay. So they were kind of like Chaos, and then they had a lot of like levers to pull then, but unlike Chaos, their levers weren't nearly as like that's the thing that's really fun about Chaos Space Marines in 3.5 is like generally you could more or less pick whatever and still have like a pretty solid list. Like things were kind of balanced internally pretty well and whatnot, but like if you had that for Tyranids, but it's like, oh yeah, everything's like really cool and fun, but also all of it sucks. That sounds fucking awful. Okay, so theoretically in that scenario where like the Iron Warriors guy shows up with a bunch of tanks, the Tyranids are just fucked. And there's like, I strongly remember earlier seeing like a couple of like weird holes back here, just like little bits that were missed. Tendrils around the neck are good. Oh yeah, one thing I need to do is the like these little eye orbules do have little like flesh tendrils, which I need to get. So this will be good. There we go. A lot of bookkeeping, yeah. I will say that I'm very glad to have access to like new recruits, so I can just kind of like do a lot of the bookkeeping. Otherwise, yeah, I could see that being like a huge pain. Really twisty, but also if like some of this is just like, you know, the flesh kind of goes around the tendrils, that's also not too bad. Oh, so they just okay, so they didn't count as a vehicle, like, so you're just saying like a las cannon couldn't one shot him. That's kind of nice. It's pretty legit. But yeah, so far my only experience with so because I've been playing with my one buddy, I've only gotten to play against Imperial Fist Space Marines. So like my knowledge of other matchups is really limited, which I'm hoping. It looked like the other, like one of the two people that we saw today was also playing Space Marines, which is, you know, fine. Maybe just see like what other builds are like outside of my friends. But also someone was playing Eldar. I'm like, woo, Eldar, let's go. That's a nice bit of variety from Marines. Oh yeah. There we go. Oh yeah, that's like the Flying V or so. I vaguely recall that being like a thing that was mentioned on TG way back in the day. Or like that's the kind of trauma that like has caused certain people to still hate Tau. Like how sometimes like an edition can have something that's like so busted that like once it gets nerfed that the other people are like, no, listen. You played faction that made me cry. I'm gonna make sure you can never know joy in your life ever again. Which conceptually it's kind of a lot, but also I get it. Painting Fulgrim, nice. I still need to paint my Fulgrim. That's definitely going to be like a later project. I didn't pack him. I didn't pack my Fulgrim. My Fulgrim still technically exists in a box that's like easy to get. Let's see. Sorry. I just got a DM from a friend of mine. They're like, so theoretically, if I had a lemon that I wanted to make into a lemon pig, what would I do? I'm like, oh god. So I have active. That's how you doing, Big Gun? How you doing? I have been actively running my 2025 lemon pig as a unit in Turnip. So there are like, you know, what like 7-8 billion people on this earth. I haven't really kept track in a while. I might be one of the few people who've played a war game with a lemon, which I think is pretty fun. Yeah, I'm from what I'm aware of that, like, because Eldar are basically one of those factions where it's like they're supposed to be like really glass cannon, high skill ceiling kind of deal. So it's like if you don't know what you're doing, you get collapsed on. But also like if the player does know what they're doing, you just kind of get dumpstered, and it's like, well, that's unfortunate. At least 12 people. Picks of the lemon pig, it didn't happen. I have some on my phone, I think. I definitely have one on my phone. You know what? I will during the next ad break, which is in like 45 minutes, I might try to remove that and see if I can get that uploaded, maybe. There's definitely on my Instagram, there's a picture of it spinning around though. Go. Yeah, if you just want to see like the lemon pig on a base, it's there. Yeah, that's definitely the theory. Yeah, but also, you know, true. Now they do not balance it well. A little bit of fleshy bits around. Actually, so like I said, I thought earlier to, oh, there we go. It's really tricky because like there's like I said, there's like a couple little bits where it's like, oh yeah, there's like some of the paint, like the bare plastic, I guess bare resin shining through. It's also like the angles are just ungodly weird. To movement trick armies and stat checks. Oh, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, I've not been in that experience where like I've been on either end of that in a while. Like I think the closest I got to that was like once Colossals were starting to become a thing in War Machine, where it's like if your army cannot deal with Colossals, then you're just kind of fucked. Like I did go against the E. Haley Stormwall list, and that was kind of a pain. But it's been a while. It's been a while since that's happened, so it's not too bad. So if you're wondering like where this going, it's because I'm pulling this up close to my face so I can see if like, oh yeah, I missed like a little bit like right here. Itty bitty bit back here. So some of this stuff is just going to be impossible to reach, so I shouldn't even really worry too much. Speaking, this is speaking about Anohana. How you doing, Zia? How you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm painting my horrible flesh lad, you know, as one does. You like this horrible flesh lad though? All this entire like I'm super lucky that the Bestiarm has like a whole like what if angels were fucked up? But they work really, really well for my alchemist army, so I'm like, you know, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with you guys being having a little edge. I got too much on there, but I do got a sponge. Deal with that. Sponge that shit up. Shit. There we go. All right, so he might be... Okay, the gun is going to be really boring. I don't think the gun really needs anything special other than maybe like a heat effect at the end. So this guy needs an enamel wash. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for the next ad break and I'm going to do that enamel wash because otherwise it would just, you know... I need to minimize the BRBs with the ad break stuff, so... I mean, I still got these lads. Also, you know what to do. Oh, wait. Whatever. I'll work on this. I'll work on the cage. Still cracks me up. Like, I'm so, like, every single one of my minis is, like, my precious, beautiful baby. Even, like, disposable chaff that this guy was just like, yeah, you can have this. I'm like, huh? But you painted that. He's like, yeah, it's fine. I'm super precious about all my minis for no reason. Also, during the ad break, I did work on this as well. So I'll probably get that a little bit. The idea that this... Oh, yeah, I think I showed it well. I'm going to put that here. Oh, Lana, they did. Did you miss it? They have a trench set. I can link that. I can link that real quick. It's effectively like a couple of standalone Trench Crusade compatible guys, but also a bunch of like modular weapons, which is really, really handy. Let me see if I can get like let me see if I can get that going. All right, Bestiarum, search for trench. Let me make sure this is one they sold to the public. Might be part of a Kickstarter thing. No, you can get... Oh, God, why is it $45? Okay, you know, buy... Oh, yeah, if you subscribe for them for like a month, I think you get a discount on that. But yeah, no, this is what I got. Some of the weapons are really, really nice for that stuff. Yeah, let's go ahead and just kind of mush some metal on these bad boys, just so I can show this... The fuck? Weird. Okay, so this is my gunmetal gray, but like... Must have not just been shaken enough. Like, I've never had this happen before where it's like... It just kind of came out like... Almost kind of like a weird bluish tint. Strange. Anyway. Let's let that one dry independently. There we go. That's what I want. Yeah, they do that. They do the Penitent Crusades. It's... Which I think was funny for them because they've been doing that for a while, and they're like, well, you know, if you just want to take our Penitent Crusade guys and like give them a gun, you could use that for like certain trench games. Wink, 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 wink. But you know, I think that's a valid method for advertising stuff. So many little... So many little spikes. Like I said, this is just a goofy little side thing entirely made out of sprues. This is just like sprues and old cav base I wasn't using, and some like not toothpicks, fucking popsicle sticks. No, the coffee stirrers. There we go. I was like, I'll eventually remember exactly what type of material that wood is. But yeah, I actually printed out a couple of those recently-ish, which I can show you if you just want to see what some of those bits look like. Because I'm using them for these guys, which are I basically took some of their new Penitent Crusade guys and just, you know, I like that this one is carrying a bag. I'm like, if I ever need like a game with like a scenario with like an objective or that you loot. And I thought that's pretty legit. Probably let this dry for a bit. If there's any other metal showing, that's not the biggest deal. What's this? Oh yeah, I can put that on my... Apparently they started selling Nutter Butter wafers, and that shit is crack cocaine. Don't buy it, it's too good. I'm not even kidding. Oh yeah, here we go. What was I waiting to show you? Yeah, like I printed out like some of the shields, a couple of the... Zoom in. Go. Oh shit, that reminds me. I kind of forget that on I keep forgetting that on fucking Blue Sky that you can just be like, oh yeah, I'm live. I keep forgetting that you can do that. So 3 more hours, sure, that's fine. I keep forgetting that's a feature you can do. It's fucked up. I wish you could just like automate that somehow. But yeah, I got some of that. Oh, I financially recover. You won't. I'm sorry. I've cursed you. This is a little scuffed because I've had some scuff prints. But yeah, these are sort of like the rifles that you can get. There we go. This one's not fucked up. My printer is still going through a thing. It's having a moment. Also, I printed out a bunch of these Chaos Stars because I want to put them in my Space Wolves bases. Because like, you know, it's like, because I'm doing 13th Company and they're in the warp, like, I think it would be fun to have Space Wolves that aren't, you know, in snow. Listen, I love me a snow base, but I just think that's gonna be like a fun variety bit, like slightly different. Supply houses impact. That's one of the things that, like, I keep hearing, like, it's either, like, everybody in America is using it, and also, like, oh, yeah, if you even look at it, it'll make you blind. I'm like, oh, God, okay. Bit on... Bit of metal on this little bottom bit. Okay. In hindsight, I should have filed this a bit. Do I have to file nearby? I do. Gotta do a little late stage filing. It'll probably be fun, you know. No one will really know. Flesh, my guy. I got a real gross. Oh yeah, I got this dark yellow. I'll hit that up a little bit, and then... Oh yes, I was what was I doing? Oh yeah, I'm trying to do that thing where I'm going to wait till the ad break to begin sealing that guy. There we go. Let me zoom in. I was like, I need to zoom in a little bit more on this like weird fucked up corpse. I'm like, oh yeah, no, he's pretty zoomed in. I don't think I'm gonna get more in there. Yeah, that's like what I'm like vaguely aware that it is like has a legitimate purpose, but a lot of people are kind of abusing it for weight loss reasons, which is probably gotta be annoying if you legitimately need it. Where it's just like, yeah, no, sorry, everybody's taking that drug you need for like, you know, your condition. Like, nah, JK. Especially because like type 2. No, sorry, I have relos with type 1. I always every now and then forget which is which. But yeah, I think I'm mostly just like, because I was curious. I was like, well, you know, what's in it? What's it got going on? And it seems to be like, once again, everybody's using it, but also don't ever touch it or you will go blind. That's terrifying. Yeah. They up the requirements. Oh, gotcha. So how you doing, Soleil? How you doing? Welcome. How you doing? I'm painting this guy's back black just because I'm the main boy needs an enamel, but I'm gonna wait when it's most opportune to go out and take a little break to do that. Oh yeah, I know what I can do. I have these guys. I don't know. Like I said, I'm just seeing things online. I don't really know. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a doctor. No one should ever take anything I say for medical advice to be true and real. All right, so this guy is the lad. And basically, he just is going to get like a little bit of the glow effect. He's going to get a little bit of yellow so I can make the tongue glow, because that's what I did for my other ones. And he's not going to get anything like too buck wild, especially because for him, the big thing is he's going to be a pet for the Wandering Morris cult. There we go, there we go, there we go. Are you sure? If in the lineup, could you tell? Probably, yeah. I hope so, anyway. There we go. So yeah, this guy's not super complicated. He's done. Yippee! And what else we got going on just things that are on my desk? Oh yeah, the bees! There we go. The delightful little bees. These guys are like pretty close. I think what I need to do is effectively take this like red ochre airbrush paint and just kind of like lightly touch them up a wee bit. Just a smidgen. I'm a doctor, do whatever feels right in the moment. Big if true. There we go. Just like I said, just get like nothing super bananas. I'm just gonna kind of do like a very, very light little bits. Just trying to bring back a little bit of extra light, and also maybe like I think one of these in particular has like a really big like issue on like his back, so if I can just kind of hit that up. Ah, fuck. There we go. How you doing, Zetai? How you doing? How you doing? Don't do anything if I don't do anything bad, because that causes the bees to attack. Fuck, you're right. I don't want to get attacked by bees. I don't want to be forced to watch the bee movie again. I've only watched it once. It was fine. I kind of like the B movie's kind of in that category of movies where I was like the Lorax, where I was like, I've heard memes about this thing for fucking years, and I was expecting more somehow. And I'm like, oh wait, no, the reason this got so memed on because it's just kind of just a generic animated comedy that with a weird premise. Like, oh yeah, no, there's nothing interesting about this movie, it's just, other than the fact that Jerry Seinfeld's a bee that wants to fuck a human woman. Like, oh, okay. This is gonna be really fucking sloppy, but that's fine. There we go. This is Lorax Slander. Listen, Zia. I know. I don't think you're like out for me. So like, I was active on Tumblr during the time where people were doing like weird Onceler stuff. Like I've been many places online, but I had some friends who were like, hey, Al, you should join me on Tumblr. And I was like, okay. It's like, I also like Homestuck stuff. And for years, people would just like really liked, it's because, you know, the Lorax is like the archetypical like Tumblr sexy, sorry, specifically the Once was the archetypical Tumblr sexy man. But because everything else in his movie was like Danny DeVito or like a child, they're like, okay, we gotta do our own AUs in order to have someone to ship them with. And like, I thought that kind of implied that there was like, you know, generally you can't just make a character that's just like a Tumblr sex fan. He has to have something going on. And I was expecting him to be a lot more like, I guess I was expecting him to be a lot more like the mayor from Super Jail, or like that fucking, like Jack Spicer from fucking, whatever the fuck that show is. You know what I mean? And yeah, and he was lacking. Apparently there was like a cut song that was supposed to be a bit more like, maybe not evil, maybe evil is the wrong word there, but like a lot more, I don't know, like more greedy, I guess. Like 40% of what, honestly, it's probably not that far off. Oh yeah, like people definitely did have like people definitely did. Yeah, Shaolin Showdown, which is that's like one of those shows that I only really watched because like my family didn't have proper cable for a while. It wasn't too bad. Yeah, I think I did. People were like, "Hell no, listen, here's biggering. It's gonna change your mind." It was better, yeah, but also like, I can't imagine that many people were looking into like Onceler DVD specials to find reasons to like the Onceler, you know. And I feel like at that point, I feel like there should have been enough Tumblr sexy men to have like alternatives, but whatever, you know. Maybe sometimes the heart wants what the heart wants. People find their little blorbos in whatever media they want. I still find it funny. There's a friend of mine for years who was like she was like really big into Link, like, you know, from Ocarina of Time, you know, that like Link was her boy, like her husbando, and then fucking Fire Emblem Three Kingdoms came out. And that the deer guy just like fucked her shit up. And I'm like, damn. I don't think I've ever seen like a husbando divorce that bad. And it's like, yeah, sometimes the heart yearns for what the heart wants, I guess. God, I wish I could get into Doctor Who. On paper, I should like Doctor Who. I like campy bullshit, and I like sci-fi, and I like weird aliens. But I hate it when they go back in time in Doctor Who, which is a time travel show, which, you know, makes me sound insane. No, I don't think Link is a bad husbando. It's just funny how it's just like, it was just such a sudden, just a sudden drop off. Like, you know, those like pictures of like Stalin when they kind of like, you just like basically old style photoshops all of the people around him out of his life. It felt like that for Link. That was fun. She seems to be doing well though. I haven't like, do you ever like every now and then check on people you used to hang with? Like not like just be like, oh, what are you guys up to? I haven't seen you in a while. Still doing good. Ow! I set this guy on his base and the bee broke off. I don't understand. Whatever, I'll glue it on later. Work on. How about you, actually? I got a new purple, too. Royal purple. Third Doctor, no time travel. Okay, maybe I would then. Maybe I would. Wax does pure in your soul. Danny DeVito, Soul Ray. So my other purples were lacking, so I got two purples I want to try. I got both are Pro-Acro Royal Purple, and then I also got Pro-Acro Dark Plum. I'm gonna test both of these out, see how that works. I'm scared of Emily might find none of it. Okay, the plum is almost more like similar to that kind of dark red, so this probably won't work. Hey, fuck yeah, let's go. I don't know what your dating situation is like, but like, damn, that's some good customer service. Holy shit, let's go. Wing lady extraordinaire. Can you imagine if that turned into like a full-blown relationship? You're like, well, how'd you two meet? Well, I was getting a pedicure, and then I learned. That's legit though. Hell yeah, let's go. The bought a copy of those just busted monks. Ah, gotcha. I grew up in a very small town. Luckily, a lot of the people that I was friends with were already kind of like nerdos anyway. Yeah, this is definitely okay. Yeah, this is definitely very plum. I'm gonna try this royal purple now as like a different streak. Royal purple is kind of weird. Is it like it still looks very light. Like this royal purple still looks very light. I guess it is purple. I guess I could like if I wanted to darken it a little bit, I could. But I think the enamels are gonna do that anyway. We got that little streak. Let's get this other one. Oh. But yeah, damn. It's like just like 5 out of 5 stars on Yelp. I got a partner out of this. Hell yeah. I was like, hey, let's go. The age of 30 is in demand, so fuck yeah. Oh, actually, this purple's really nice. I might use a thicker brush just to get this coverage going. This is a nice purple. do I make a thicker brush for this? Yeah, I could get a little bit on there. Oh, fuck yeah, let's go. Every Halpal will eventually have someone. Fuck yeah, let's go. Yes, good. I will carry the ghost of Shinzo Abe on my back. Very cool. Oh yeah, let's go. You're getting the one crap. I think it was like a muscle lady thing. I can't remember what you were getting, but fuck yeah, let's go. I need to get some more commissions. Don't carry that ghost. I don't want to either. That's the thing. Is like as fun as like the whole Shinzo Abe jokes. He was kind of a piece of shit, which is why he got. I didn't realize that the thing that took him out has been labeled the doohickey. Like I was vaguely aware. I don't know about the cult grind. It's possible, but I remember the guy that like kind of like took him out had like a really jank makeshift weapon that I think is just called the doohickey. How you doing, Marfin? How you doing? Yeah, it's a very strange weapon. I mean, it worked, I guess, so good for him. Good boy. Oh god, yeah, no. I have not gone to any sort of high school reunion or anything. I really don't have a reason to be fair. Like, I went to high school in a really shitty podunk town in the middle of nowhere. So, like, I don't want to go back. I passed the test of the small town where you live in a real shit town and you get the fuck out. And I got the fuck out. So like I can't think of what would ever lead me to go back. I guess I do have some relatives there that would be kind of nice to see again for like once. But realistically, I don't think I'll ever. I don't know how much I'll ever go there. And congrats! Thank you. I was very lucky that out of the 3 things you do in that town, which was like teenage pregnancy, drugs, or Magic the Gathering, I chose Magic. A financial burden I will never escape, but it did give me the cognition to get the fuck out. Oh, this purple looks real fucking nice. How you doing, Marfin? How you doing? Hold on. I'm gonna turn on my. Very warm. Because these lights are very warm. Probably not. Cracking the door is probably a problem. No. Just like kicked a thing on my ground. Oh, wholesome stuff. Hey, let's go. Wait, did you do that fucking Joker thing? Like, yes, yeah, yes. Horror artist, I want you to draw these 2 characters holding hands. Yes, I will give you money for this, of course. Like, were you literally doing that sort of shit? Which I mean, fuck yeah, let's go. That's the nice thing is that the artist can always just say no about a commission like that, and it's like, okay, have a good day. I would argue that teen pregnancy is more expensive, but depending on how you source meth, that might be cheaper. I think meth might be cheaper than magic. Just a smidgen, just a little bit, Oh, cool buffalo. Hey, let's go. Oh yeah, it's nice. It's nice when artists are given money to draw things you like. That's what you gotta do in this world. If you like something, you gotta give it some resources to let it grow. So fuck yeah. Yeah. I probably would. I mentioned this a lot that like every now and then, like I remember that there was a interview with somebody who was on meth, and they talked about having so much energy that they cleaned their entire house and did like a bunch of stuff that they've been putting off. And I'm not gonna lie, I do think about that from time to time. It's like, man, having that kind of energy would be real nice. I wish I had meth energy with, out the downsides of meth. Which, yeah, most people do. But, yeah, no, I'm also, like, kind of, like, cooled off on, like, I will say the nice thing about them releasing a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Magic set is I don't have to spend money on Magic for a while, because I could not give less of a fuck about that set. I'm gonna be honest, I do think I have ADHD. I was actually, God, this is such a fucking bummer. I was planning early this year to go try to get a formal diagnosis, but then the whole house situation came up. I'm like, man. So I'm still kind of shooting for that, but let's say that's probably gonna be more of like a, maybe like midway through the year kind of thing now. So I'm gonna do I have a lighter purple too that I can layer over this and stuff like that. Like a little bit as a treat. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if I'd necessarily be on Adderall or not, but just, you know, find out, like, I think it'd just be nice to get a diagnosis and just get like a good yes or no of like, do I have it, or am I just overthinking things? Because that's always the biggest thing. It's like, do I have a brain condition, or am I just overthinking things? Which I think also is just a brain condition in a different way. At least we'll find a bit of magic dirt cleans my house. Yeah, I mean, also to a certain degree, that is just hiring a maid. I also think about that a lot too, where it's like, maybe instead of doing meth, you could just hire a maid. It's like there are easier ways to get a house clean. On math it is. I mean, 7 watermelons still sounds kind of nice. I wouldn't mind 7. I would not mind 7 watermelons. Oh no, there's some good right now. A maid in this economy? I'm gonna be honest, I don't know how much maids cost. I'm gonna be real. The only person I've ever known with a maid is, do you guys know an artist named Minky? Like, I believe his family has a maid, but I think in Brazil that's just like a thing. That's just way easier to, like that's just something that you just kind of do. It's like, yeah, you know, got a maid. I'm like, well, shit. See, there we go. Yeah, I do not have a cleaning service. That kind of sounds, I have to imagine, like, that's, I'm going to be honest, that's why I've never understood Asmongold. Because I'm like, how you doing, Mimic Chest? How you doing? I'm working on some purple because the main guy I want to work on is still, I need to take a break later to varnish him. I'm just like you're ostensibly, like, effectively well off, I have to assume. Like, you have to be pretty well off. Why don't you have a maid? Legitimately. Like, why was he living in the roach pits? You could just have a maid. That shouldn't be too hard, you know? It's like, for I don't know. I never understood, like, I can understand, like, depression and stuff like that, but it's like, man. So how you doing, Flea? Wait, did he have a dead alarm rat? Is that a bit? Is that a thing? I don't know. All my knowledge on the dude is secondhand, and all of it, I'm just like, what is wrong with you? Why do people take your opinion seriously on things? Like, what, like, is it just because you're famous and at one point you played a lot of, like, World of Warcraft? Is that it? Because then you see that, and then it's also like, yeah, I just used to, like, wipe my bloody gums on the side of my wall. I'm like, what are you talking about? What do you mean? God, why? I just kind of think like, bitch, how do you live like that? Like, unironically, what the fuck? Why? How? I feel bad if I take a shower a couple hours late. Like, what do you mean? Why do the cage either? Yeah, he had to chase water, right? Like, he had to chase water with, like, like Sprite, I think. It was like Sprite or Pepsi or something like that. I'm like, listen, I understand having a sweet tooth. I do like me a sweet little drink. But I'll drink water fine. I have a thing of water next to me right now. Because you know, like, sponsored by GamerSupps, they got good shit, but, like, water is still good. It's still good to drink water. I'm glad I've never gotten to that point, you know? Yeah, so for me, it's like, oh, my gums are bleeding. I should go to the doctor. Like, I'm probably not even like not even like a dentist. I almost feel like that's a doctor thing. Like, doctor, am I dying? Is something wrong with, like, what's going on? Like, I would feel something like that, really, but sure. Whatever, sure. Oh, why? Oh, everything you just typed, Lotta, is just psychic damage. Jesus Christ. The thing is, like, honestly, the idea of drawing aggro is kind of bullshit, because really, like, people, oh, okay. So, sorry, I just got distracted. So this has been covered. So, okay. So that petroleum brown is does dry gloss. Interesting. I did put another layer of brown on top of it, but it's just inherently a glossy paint. Oh, I bet that's gonna look really good on like probably just take a little bit of that and just put it like in the like vents and stuff. Ooh. You know what? I wonder if that means if I like take this guy. I don't know if I want to go like I don't know if I want the gun to look oily though. Like I could maybe like put it in the cracks a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna use it almost more like a wash. I'm just gonna like put it just like a little bit. Probably the enamel is gonna destroy most of it, which is why I'm like not super worried about this. Interesting. Yeah, I don't get them. I don't get why people like them. I'm just continuous. Oh, what the fuck? Okay, hold on. So it's weird. I add a little bit of water to it. This paint is fucking bizarre. If you thin it, it becomes like... Ooh, okay. Oh, when you thin it... Oh, okay. Ooh. Like I said, I'm pretty sure this is going to be destroyed by the inevitable, like, enamel. Yeah, if you thin it at all, though, it gets, like... It almost kind of falls apart. Weird. Okay. I guess I've never... This isn't, like, really quite a wash. I guess I've never really seen a paint that quite behaves like this, but I kind of dig it. Yeah, maybe I might reapply a little bit after, like I said, after I do the enamel later, but... Cool. Okay. Neato. Bunch of an anime girl decal. No, this is Sultanate. No. That's cool. Also, you ruined. Fuck. You didn't have to ruin it. It was in a good spot. What do I want to do? Oh yeah, what a horn color. Hold on. What do I want to do for this? Hey, let's do drab brown. There we go. Yeah, it should look super. It's a heavy flamethrower, so I want it to look more flamethrower than a regular flamethrower, which so far seems to be good. Let's see, so yeah, this guy's, we got a couple horns I need to hit a little bit. I know the homunculi has not been getting as painted today, but that's also fine. Once again, today was very much I need to get a bunch. Oh yeah, this guy's basically horn colored, so it's gonna be not that strange for him. I mean, I probably will be dry brushing these lighter, so the fact that this is like still mostly his skin color is also fine. Oh, it's got little horns. And it was interesting. The wizard I actually used today, this guy, my opponent was bringing like 6 casts. So the way wizards work in one-page rules is that you generate. This might work how it works in the old world. I generally don't know, but at least in one-page rules, wizards will generate like casting tokens. Like if you're wizard 2, you get 2. If you're wizard 3, you get 3, etc., etc., etc. Kind of like wizard levels. And then when you cast a spell, spend that many tokens, and then you can also rip tokens from adjacent wizards you control to boost them. Or you can always, it's like you can do that, or you can also like spend those tokens on your own wizards to debuff your opponent's stuff. I could leave them black, but I kind of want to do like my colors tend to go a bit dark anyway, so if I have like a little bit of lightness with the horns, I think it'd be good. Just getting that initial shade in there. I know where that like little helmet bit kind of like stops being a thing. There we go. But yeah, so yeah, my poor wizard. I think basically he's like, it's funny. It spent all of its time like trying to like spin. None of my spells are really super relevant in the moment. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna put you on debuff duty. I'm gonna put you on like counterspell duty. None of the spells got counterspelled. Like my opponent just rolled great. But this guy in particular won me the game because after his entire unit was killed, he just went in and staff clubbed a bunch of zombies, which caused their unit to rout. And then I held on to the last objective. I'm like, This fucking nerd and his bonk staff did a lot of fucking work today. It was fucking legit. How you doing, Pupper? Welcome, everybody. Welcome. If you do not know me, I'm Halbernot the Mimicuff, Mitrovani VTuber of the Nurgle variety. And Thatcher Milk Snatcher. Oh no, what was going on in Pokemon? How's it going, everybody? How you doing, Kaiji? How you doing? I'm painting an assortment of stuff. Technically, today was supposed to be more of a Trench Crusade day, but I'm trying to do those stupid Twitch ad breaks so that ways I can get like the minimum amount of ad bullshit. But because of that, it's like, oh yeah, if I'm gonna go take a break to go like enamel varnish, like matte varnish, like this guy, I want to wait. But yeah, hopefully the Pokemon's is going good. I did not play Z8. I was the one for a while. It's like people were just like, this is close. Like in the Poketopia is kind of the closest I've gotten to Pokemon FOMO for a while, where it's like people are like, this is my little house. I know Poketopia is more like, this is my little house, but it's always just like, yeah, this is my trainer. I got all these outfits. I'm just chilling in the city. I'm like, oh, that's kind of nice. That's kind of neat. We just got today. Hey, fuck yeah, let's go. Hope you've been having fun with it. I guess Za does actually work on the Switch 1. I don't know if I'm ever going to get a Switch 2, but they keep releasing games. I'm like, Oh, fuck yeah. Congrats on the Switch 2. Hell yeah. Like right now, it's like, also the Kirby Air Riders is like, man, fuck. The Siren song, but it's like, I know I will not play it. I know. I just kind of at some point just like stop playing all my consoles just because of mini painting and stuff. Which is fine, you know. It's you know, I'm having fun with mini painting, but it's like I just don't have the time. I am a little tempted. Like my Centauri Carbon is a huge pain in the ass, and there's part of me between. Oh, that's just like a little bug on there. Yeah, I mean that's fair. I've been seeing a lot of people get it for Poketopia. I want you to, there's like a couple of friends of mine, I saw them play it, and they were building like they were building like a power plant or something. Hopefully it's not like a spoiler or anything. They was just kind of like, because it's not like Dragon Quest Builders, right? Where it's like you can kind of like, everything's really blocky and you can kind of fuck around with it. That part did seem pretty fun. Also repeatedly everyone's like, hey Hal, did you know that there's like a lot of fan art of like Gyadu Bulbasaur? Which I have mixed thoughts on. I have really mixed thoughts on Gyadu Bulbasaur. Like, for me, it's like, I'm used to Gijinkas and stuff like that, and that doesn't bother me, and the art is cute, but I'm like, Gyadu Bulbasaur, huh? Huh. How you doing, Chieftain? How you doing? I'm working on some minis. Here we go. Oh yeah, I think I saw that you sold like a crazy, like, it was like 2K or some shit? Fuck yeah, let's go. Fuck yeah for getting that. Hell yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say Gijinkas are forgotten. I still see a decent amount of Gijinka stuff. Hell, even before Gyadu Bulbasaur, I swear I saw like art of like a Gyadu Slowpoke, which is very cute. I would say Gijinkas are still pretty alive and kicking. I do miss the OS tons though. Was there ever a Windows 11 OS ton? I guess for a while they just kind of stopped having like official, like made by the original OS ton artists, so like they stopped really having like ones that are like quote unquote official. And I think at that point, like once they stopped doing official ones, I think that whole thing kind of died out. Let me take a look. I'm curious if a Windows 11 OS ton exists. Gyadu is like a Japanese fashion style. There's a, like, I am like, for me, I instinctually understand Gyadu. Like, this isn't me like bragging like, yes, I'm fully in tune. It's more like one of those like concepts that I've been used to it through just years of internet osmosis. I don't know. It's like, imagine kind of like a Japanese Valley Girl. Like, it's a style that that doesn't really exist anymore. Like it's a style that used to exist, and some people still dress like it, but it's arguably something that's way more of a like a manga and anime trope these days. Kind of like a Valley Girl, kind of a mean bitch, depending on like what it is. A lot of like dyeing your hair blonde and extra makeup and stuff like that. Kind of dressing kind of like cozy, kind of like very fashiony, but also kind of have like, I don't know. Something like that. Oh, fuck yeah, let's go. I don't know what... I recognize the word Umbreon, but I never really gotten the Pokemon cards. You know, I already do Magic the Gathering, and I don't need 2 cards in my life. But yeah, but fuck yeah, congratulations on getting like a big card. And then immediately dunking that. Hell yeah. For things that are fun. Let's go. Got the horns going on. It's about the time. I do want to like take a look at this guy. I want to glue it like right here, but I know if I do this too early, it's going to be a huge pain in the dick to actually reach. But okay, so to also explain that second part a lot, a Gijinka idea is basically taking like you pretty much take like kind of like a anthropomorphic character or something like that, and making like a humanized version. So like I'll show you what it looks like in a sec. I'll show you what I'm referring to. This will give you some context. Yeah, I say yeah. Kogo kind of matches like my ability to recognize the terms is very loose, but that sounds right. Yeah, like that kind of like the uniform, but kind of done a bit more like casual with like a plaid skirt. Let me see if I can find Alini Bulba Czar. There we go. Yeah, something like this. There we go. Oh yeah, this is on. I'm gonna save this picture, and then because this has the artist, so this is the artist, Little Round Pumpkin. I'm gonna give them a like. I feel like if I show someone's art on stream, I want to try to make sure I shout them out, just because you know, every little bit is nice for artists. There we go. But yeah, this is what kind of like the Gyaru Bulbasaur Gijinka kind of that's like, you know, there's not like an official design. People are kind of doing whatever they want. Like some people are leaning way more into like a kind of like brat persona. Others are just kind of doing. Some of them are just like same outfit but on like an actual goddamn Bulbasaur. You know, because basically, if I remember, Bulbasaur basically talks like a Gyaru in that game, so it kind of came out like that. It's a very cute design, yeah, it really is. Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah, I'm. All of my knowledge about any sort of J fashion comes from other, like, people that I know who are way more into that. So I'm gonna assume everything you're saying is correct and just assume I know nothing. So that sounds about right. I mean, Pokemon, no, but like they had a streamer in not X and Y, fucking whatever's after Sword and Shield, Scarlet and Violet. Yes, they made a streamer Pokemon trainer for that. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, Iono. There we go. And didn't they do a second one? I'm vaguely aware that there's also like another like kind of like yellow outfit lady that was introduced in a recent game. I'm gonna be like, I grew up with Pokemon, and after a while the new games just weren't really doing it for me, so I just kind of got off that ride. Like I think like I kind of wasn't enjoying it as much ever since like fucking I think even like X and Y like onwards I was kind of like Yeah, I mean, to be fair, like, if you're gonna have, like, a streamer, I think electric type makes a lot of sense. Let's go do, like, a little bit of highlights for the jackets real quick. Yeah. Mind you, though, like, I do know a lot of people that are enjoying the games, and, like, I'm not the kind of person that would be like, you know, that thing you like, it sucks, and you're wrong for liking it, because I know that is the path of the asshole, and I will not be that. Slightly... Also, this in particular shows how old this fucking radio channel is when there's a fucking, like, caravan palace in the middle of a bunch of, like, anime music. How you doing, Daka Fucking Flame? How you doing? I am still working on my homunculus, but I'm probably going to run the 3-minute ad break thing soon. That way I can do a quick so I can do a matte varnish on it, so that way when I start doing enamels, I won't get too fucked up. Do a kind of, like, raggedy highlight, and then eventually this is going to be enameled later, so it's going to darken this a lot. So that's pretty legit. How you doing? There we go. I picked up some new purples recently, and my god, these purples are doing so much more fucking work. I don't know what was up with my other purples. They took like 8 coats and they just were not sticking. Yeah. Caravan Palace, like 6 years ago. I'm actually, how long ago? So I have to know. Listen, I know this is gonna make me feel like immensely old. Caravan Palace Dragons. When did this come out? When did this song come out? Ah, yes, 2008. You know, 16 years old. Oh yeah, that makes sense for Sonic too. Doesn't Sonic kind of have like also like a cycle similar to like the Zelda cycle, where it's like whether like the game people like them or not, it just kind of switches depending on like what's the newest. A lot of handles. Oh god, I always thought that like Sword and Shield was such a weird game for me because like not anything to do with the game itself or really the plot. It's just kind of like a lot of Sword and Shield was about breaking the spirit of one young, well-meaning boy. You know, you have your rival, and then like in other games and they get trashed. But I feel like his name was like Hop or whatever, Skippity. Like Skippity's like, yeah, my big bro's really cool, and I'm gonna be the champion one day too. And the entire game, you're like, nope, I'm gonna destroy you. I'm gonna destroy your brother. I'm gonna be the chosen one. You can get the other legend that I don't really like. That's fine. I'm like, goddamn. You are just absolutely just ruining some like this poor guy's life. The only one that I know more, I'm vaguely aware that in one of the newer games, there is like a rival guy in like a DLC who's like fascinated with he's like fascinated with this like legendary Pokemon, and like if you catch it, he goes apeshit. Like it's like he basically acts like if you use that Pokemon against him in the battle, he straight up goes like acts like you're like cuckolding him. And apparently that caused him to get a lot of fan art. Not him being cuckolded, mind you. I mean like I think him having like kind of like a weird kind of possessive streak. A lot of people are like, I'd like to subscribe to that newsletter. Is that you know that's one of those character traits that a very specific group of people are like, yes, this activates my neuron super heavy. See, that's what I'm talking about. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. There's something about certain character archetypes like that causes people just to go like, you know, it activates their neurons really hard. Not bad series of purple. And okay, I'm going to activate the long wait so I can go varnish my guy. BRB. All right, I'm back. I fucked up the ads. Go men aside. All right, we back. All right, so apparently I hit the ads like too late, so I didn't get any of my refund on that. So unfortunately, I think in like 25 minutes, there's gonna be some short ones. I'm very sorry about that. There we go. But yeah, let's go. That is drying. Let's see. All right, so yeah, this guy was getting pretty good. Oh yeah, I need to get the stuff on these dudes. And then probably touch up the, let me zoom in a little bit more. Oh, that'd be neat, yeah. And then again, like, it's once again, I'm super out of the loop for what current Pokemon is doing. So that shit might actually still be, that might be happening, really. Can't be subjected to product. It do be like that. Because, like, I found out recently that apparently the ad ratio I had pretty much meant that, like, people were going to see more ads than they really should be, which I was like, oh, fuck, god damn it. So I've been trying to tweak away from that with various degrees of success. I didn't, oh, damn, that sounds fucking legit. Was it for like were you doing this for like an event or like a holiday thing, or are you just like, you're like, fuck it, you know? I feel like big hike, but hell yeah. How you doing? Congrats on big hike. I'm currently waiting for the matte varnish on my one guy to dry a bit, so I'm working on some other dudes. This has mostly been like chaos heroes featuring the Homunculus, which is fine, you know, it's whatever. It's my stream at the end of the day, I can do what I want. Oh, okay. Oh, fuck yeah, let's go. Best of luck on your weight loss endeavor. At the very least, you're gonna have, like, fucking ripped legs. Hell yeah. Oh. Chunky. Is that good? Is that good or bad? Like, I don't know. There's different words depending on, like, if that you consider that a positive or negative. I don't know. The not good chunky. Okay, well, I wish you best of luck of freeing yourself from the not good chunky then. There we go. Also realized I never got this guy's arm properly. Get that little bit of dark purple. I do like these I actually do really like I think overall I've been enjoying the pro acro colors more. Mind you, a lot of that enjoyment is because, like, my LGS just now sells them. I can just go to though a lot of them are taken. Like, there's so many of the good colors are already, like, cleared out. Big stretchy. There we go. This guy's also, like, a little streaky in some spots, but that's also probably fine. Oh yeah, this guy. He goes like, which one of you am I highlighting? This guy. I need to do some more trim bullshit and whatnot. I can't even fantasy, even like a fantasy game. I still cannot escape chaos trim. It's the fucking worst. It's so bad. Legitimately, straight up, Lotta. Like, what? So I was like, oh shit, you guys are like selling like these pro acro paints. That's cool. I really like these. They had that like shelf for, like, they basically bought like one of those like big display racks that has like every color in the paint line for the pro acro guys. That thing was there for like 2 days before the entire like large stock of titanium white sold out. I was very lucky that I ordered some online, so I did not need any. I was like, god damn. Yeah, 1,000 years of chaos trim, be real. Luckily the Manticore though doesn't have like, it doesn't have much chaos trim. I don't think it's got really too many, so I'm not super worried about that. Yeah, trim is forever, indeed. Oh god, yeah. It's funny because like Iron Warriors are both easy because you can just do metal for everything, but hard because you gotta do the pauldrons. How you doing, 14? How you doing? Yeah, let me zoom out to this lad. Oh, he's got, like, not too bad. The actual sorcerer is, like, pretty plain. I mean, you know, he's got like a million billion skulls, but not crazy trim. No, Marathon's a different game. God damn it. I'm actually kind of surprised. There's a lot of people that seem to like genuinely enjoy the new marathon, and that's not like a bad thing or anything. I just didn't know it was going to be like good. I was not expecting people to like it because I thought it was just going to be just like Bungie just kind of just like doing the thing. Oh yeah, just like a little calcium snack. Exactly. How you doing, Kentucky? How you doing? How you doing? Not enough skulls. True. So I just dribbled a bunch of the turquoise blue all over the fucking purple I have on my palette. That's unfortunate. How you doing? How you doing? I'm currently... Yeah, I fully admit that I've never played an extraction shooter, so I don't know, but it seems like a lot of people that like, do you know people that like, you're like, I trust your opinion on video games? There are several people that fit that criteria where I'm like, you know what? Okay, they seem to like it. And I generally trust their opinion on video games. Maybe it's good. Probably still not for me, I'm going to be honest, but otherwise, I'm glad video games can be good. I hope it doesn't like I said, because people seem to really enjoy it. We kind of live in this weird era too, where like there'll be like an online game, it'll get released, and then it'll get just like fucking. I know Highguard was kind of like a sort of became a meme thing, but the fact that that was like out and then just got like, you know, they're like just got shut down. Like that game functionally just like existed for like a second and then disappeared. Like blows my mind. I don't know. I've never played DayZ, so I cannot tell you if that's also an extraction shooter or not, but maybe. I don't play a lot of FPS games. I did buy one though. I did buy a cheapo FPS game recently. It's a little indie game you guys might have heard of. I don't know. It's called Quake, I think. It seemed pretty cool. Okay, let me explain. So I was watching. I got on a bit of a. I needed to do laundry yesterday, so I was just like watching some YouTube videos where I was at the laundromat. One upgrade about the new places that seem kind of nice is most of them come with laundry machines, which is like, ooh, I'm so excited to potentially have an in-unit laundry machine, so I don't have to fucking go to the laundromat and waste like 2 hours every couple of weeks. Not every week, you know. I have a decent amount of clothes, but like every couple of weeks I just sort of lose a day. Like I basically like lost Saturday because of that. It sucks. But anyway, there's this guy called Noodle, and he was showing off like a Quake jam, like a Quake Brutalist game jam. And I think like every game in that jam looked really, really cool. One of them actually straight up had like a really cool like Zen like appearance to it, which was kind of neat. And I was like, this does sound legit. I don't know. Like, I don't know how much like shooters I'm ever really going to play. But you know, maybe after Half-Life, like maybe after Half-Life 2, I could do like Quake. As just like a bit of variety, I guess. How you doing, that guy over there? How you doing? How you doing? Oh yeah, this guy was just given. I bought this guy used. Someone was just like, yeah, here's a Chaos Knight helmet, and it fucks. It was a great decision. I really, really like the way they did it. But no, this guy's actually just gonna be used as a Chaos, like sorcerer, in like technically value like could work for Old World. Very just likely just go use him for OPR instead. I got so excited to save the game that crashed. Oh god. So at that point you just don't play anymore, right? You're like, well, I'm done. I gave you one chance game and you blew it. Is that kind of what you did, or did you ever go back? Because like I would be upset. I'd be upset. But yeah, I've never played an extraction shooter. I just don't what's it called? I don't know. I don't think my brain would be built. I guess I've never tried them, to be fair, though. But on paper, they don't sound like something I'd be interested in. So, for context, my homunculi, it still needs to be painted. I took it outside to do a varnish on it, and the varnish is still drying. So while this guy is drying, I'm working on some just kind of assorted chaos dudes. Because I was like, this guy hit the table today and did pretty well. Actually, this guy in particular won me the game, so I'm gonna give him a little bit more paint, you know, as one does. Yeah, the Dark and Darker seem kind of neat, but I'm good. I got too many other games I'd want to play first. How you doing, Almantis? How you doing? I'm currently working on some Chaos guys while I'm waiting for my homunculi to dry. I think basically once I get the... This guy's arm is like basically full tree. Fuck. Why does this keep happening? I also just like saw a build recently where somebody was using Chaos Chosen for word bearers, and I'm like, oh, this introduces so much extra trim. What's wrong with us collectively as a person? The collective word bearers player that's like, I like Chaos, but what if we took this Marine and added more trim to it on purpose? I'm like, we got a problem. There's a disease there. How you doing, Ellie? How you doing, Mantis? How you doing? Like, actually, like, if you're wondering, like, why am I painting all this blue? For people who don't know, this is just going to be me adding a Oh, he doesn't have a thumb. Oh, he doesn't have a thumb. Okay. Or, like, he's got, like, part of a thumb. I guess that thumb must have snapped off ages ago whoever built this model. Okay, yeah, that's fine. He's a wizard. He doesn't need a thumb. He just needs to firmly grasp the staff. So there's layers of trim. I'd believe it. I've played Slay the Princess before, but I played it over, like, somebody else was streaming the game, and they're like, all right, Hal, you make the choices. I think the first one was, like, the one, I forget a lot of the ones I got. I just remember the first choice was, like, Razor Princess. It's whatever the one that's, like, mostly made of blades and wants to kill you. Yeah, like, because, like, a friend of mine was like, Hal, I really like this game. You should try it. I'm like, I don't know. And I was like, they're like, well, you can play over my shoulder and just make all the choices. You don't have to buy the game. I'm like, sold. I'll do it. Hey, here's my mixing tray. Yeah, come in. And the spoilers, it's enamel time. So. Grab this. Yeah, I think I enjoyed it. I did enjoy it when I was playing through it. Maybe I'd play it again. I don't know when, but it'd be neat. So I'm getting some sponges. Like the name Jortek, like I'm over here Jorteking it, and by it I mean my Chaos staff. Wait, what's the other one then? What's the other one? The lady, like if this is how I find out that the fucking lady who wrote Cucumber Quest and stuff like that did Perfect Tides. I don't think I've heard that one. Google that for later. Perfect Tides. Oh, wait a minute. Wait, is this the fucking like the lady who did like the Smash comics back in the day? Hold on. God, this name is really familiar, and I'm blanking on who she is. Maybe not. No, what did she do? Because like this name is really familiar. Oh, she did Octopus Pie. Oh, okay. Which is a name I vaguely. Was that the comic you and Bodega did a co-op stream about? Like that was like about New York. Because I don't think I've ever read that one. But I've been aware of it existing for a while. Get some enamel wash. Let's see. There we go. Ah. Yeah, I've heard pretty good things. I've heard. Right, there we go. I went about this in like the most convoluted order. Would this guy have an eyebrow or would there be a beard? And this guy, I'm kind of with the idea that there's just like nothing but screaming nightmare horror behind it. Oh fuck. Okay, I guess I better start then. There we go. How you doing, son? How you doing? I'm enamel washing my homunculus. You know, as one does. So cucumber, so like, basically if I remember right, my knowledge of exact names and stuff is gonna be really fucked up. But I'll tell you, doing Chuck Ray. There was a webcomic artist named Him Daisy, I think that's her name, who did like a bunch. She did some parody comics. She did like a really famous Metal Gear Solid and then also Persona 4 parody comic. And then she kind of eventually just like, you know, I'm gonna do my own thing. I want to do like kind of like a web comic, sort of like children's book, which was Cucumber Quest. Like, it's like one of those things is like, I'm very pro artists who kind of do fan stuff, eventually going on to do their own work. I was not the target audience for Cucumber Quest, unfortunately. I wish I liked it more because I was like, yeah, you're doing your own thing. Fuck yeah. But it just really did not, like I said, didn't really particularly activate my neurons in any way. There's no room for any screaming. Yeah, true. I still imagine it's probably screaming anyway, though. Wait, which one? I know the fucking... I kind of forgot that one VTuber lady was the Slade... Not Slade Aspire, the Slade Princess voice. I was like, what the fuck? Small world, huh? Let's see, get a little bit more grime on this lad. I don't want grime on too. There we go. Now let me blow dry this fucker. And there we go. Let's begin to dry some of the enamels to... Okay, so the little bits of the oil paint I used still are shining through, which is kind of nice. I was a little worried about this. I don't think I've heard about any of those. Holy shit. Then again, like my webcomics were like very specific for many years. It was like Perry Bible Fellowship has always been my number one. My number one webcomic. I've loved that thing forever. I will continue to love it until the good Lord takes me home. I was really big into Order of the Stick. I, at some point, stopped reading Order to Stick for reasons I don't fully remember, but it's been a while. And, it's still going. And maybe one of these days when it's done, I would like to reread it from the beginning, but I don't know when the fuck that's going to be, because that could just be years upon years upon years of Order of the Stick continuing to go. Which is, but for people who don't know, Order of the Stick will forever be a webcomic with the premise of like, what's it called? The premise of it was D&D 3.5 in a fantasy setting, but like everybody knew their stats. Like you kind of know, it's actually kind of funny because this is a trait that we kind of see a lot more for like isekai anime where it's like in a fantasy world, but they're aware of like, oh, this guy's like level 10. But in Order to Stick is like, oh yeah, this guy's level 10. He probably knows these spells, or like, and if I level up, I'll gain a feat. That kind of thing. Yeah, I wasn't aware that apparently there is a whole like literary genre based on that now. I feel like it's like a dungeon crawl. Carl is like a thing I hear about from time to time. Yeah, I could see that where it's like it was neat at the time, but definitely like especially like. I don't know what we would say where we are now in terms of what webcomics are like, but like definitely there was a time where it was like the medium was really flourishing, where you're getting like genuinely like this could be published and it would look better than a lot of published material. This isn't like a dig on a lot of webcomic stuff. I mean, like there were people just like, hell, even just like, I'm not really into it very much from a story perspective, but like Kill 6 Billion Demons is a beautiful fucking comic, and it's just, you know, there. Yeah, because yeah, at one point it was like you would because like I wonder if like a lot of the inherent because like, you know, the internet has kind of moved away from just individual websites in general, and I wonder if that was kind of also like a thing that's just kind of always just harmed webcomics after that and just kind of condensed them to those like manhwa sites or whatever. I did not realize there's a board. It doesn't surprise me there's a board game, but I've not didn't know that one existed until now. Stream shitposter and best author you ever heard. Oh yeah, no, it's basically a circle. Yeah, I can fully agree with that. Oh god, fucking Mega Tokyo. I never got into Mega Tokyo because I remember even at the time people in like places I was online were dunking on it. part of me kind of wants to read it as like a weird artifact of the era. Like it's almost like it's like Mega Tokyo has moved on from being like kind of like a theoretically like cringe weeb webcomic to being like, yeah, this is a time capsule story. This is now in like a real like time capsule of the era of a specific type of weeb in a very specific time frame that can no longer exist. Like Mega Tokyo to me now weirdly has literary value where I don't know I could say if that was possible prior to this. But also I used to read VG Cat, so I cannot be throwing stones in this glass house, so take that as you will. A little bit more on the grime on there. I think overall this guy took his griming pretty well. There's like a couple bits where like the tentacles just inherently kind of like hold on to the enamel in a way that I'm not super jazzed about. Yeah, but it's like, you know, like I need to get back to it, but I remember I was reading Genshiken, and Genshiken is fascinating because it's also like now a very specific snapshot of a type of otaku. Like the fact that they're just casually talking about it, so yeah, I was going on to the message, like they're like, yeah, I went on to the message boards for this one like anime that I'm really about, like a dedicated forum to that. I'm like, that doesn't really exist anymore. That as a concept just does not really exist in the way it did in this. Like that's kind of bananas. It's neat. It's both somber because there is like a certain like layer of like nostalgic remembrance to it. It's like, oh yeah, no, time has passed and this beautiful little moment will never return to us. But I also think it's, you know, I still think it's kind of neat that I love little pieces of media that I can use to go back and just look at how something used to be, even if I wasn't a part of it. Like I was like, you know, I was never an otaku in Japan during the primo time that sort of like when Akihabara was still kind of an underground thing. Like it was like nerds were going there, but it wasn't like a tourist destination for like every just like 30-something-year-old American coming to Japan, which I find, you know, that's also kind of neat in its own way. Oh God, no, I couldn't. I don't think I could get into like, yeah, because like isn't like Ready Player One very much one of those like, ha, you remember the 80s? Yeah, me too. That's it. That's all this is. Right, how's the guy looking? Like the orange has got like a good look to it. The eye, basically what's going to happen with the eye is I'm going to wait for it to dry, and I want to use some gloss paint to make the eye kind of look really wet. The tendrils are pretty good. I could probably do something with the tendrils as well, but I don't know how much I want to fuck around with the tendrils. Like, I think these look pretty good. I already did some like highlights and stuff, so they got like an inherent like skin tone or whatever. Yeah, I just might let this sit for a bit. He looks, chef's kiss. Look at this beautiful boy. Look at this beautiful boy. I think the only thing I might do is maybe get like, I might just get like a little bit around the edge, just kind of like that. There we go. All right, I think I'm gonna let him dry for a bit. Oh yeah, I feel like the VG Cats guy has returned a couple of times. I vaguely recall that I think he went through like a bad relationship scenario. So like, I hope they're doing the best. I want people to have a good life in general. The movie by comparison to Shakespeare, that's rough. Let me pop off a sponge from this. Yeah, I love makeup sponges. They're so good. Blow dryer I can keep on my lap. You will probably. Yeah, I was like, there's a lot of new jobbies on this fucking playlist, and I was like, man, yeah, he didn't live much longer than this era. This is sort of like the peak era where he was sort of like known. I guess it's like nerds still kind of like keep track of him in their hearts, but like, yeah, there's like a whole bunch of people aren't aware. A Shakespeare. Oh my god. I think we're talking about Ready Player One. I've not watched or read or whatever Altered Carbon is. I have to imagine the idea of like a big mega complex being called the Stacks is probably pretty. That feels like a pretty standard thing. What are we doing here? What's going on with these guys? We got you. Oh, okay. This guy needs his trimmed. I can do that. Definitely do that. guy's got like a couple. Oh, he's got like a weird like exposed skull bit I'll need to deal with later. I think right now's goal is I just need to get the little tips. A little bit more water on there. Some for that. I don't hate Callie, but she's like a very specific. I don't think she's like a good swap for him. Like I'm like as far as like Nujabes' music goes, it's like it's pretty good. It's not like my favorite thing ever, but like the guy clearly was like doing like really, really crazy like specific stuff. I don't think Callie could ever fill his shoes. And I don't think that's a thing. I like a lot of VTubing music, don't get me wrong, but I do think that VTubing music also needs to be like, a lot of people don't realize, what's the best way to say this? I think VTubing music can be good, but also a lot of people who like VTubing music are kind of delusional about what VTubing music is like, if that makes any sense. Where it's like, for me, like, Callie is a pretty solid rapper, but, like, I don't think she's doing anything super crazy revolutionary. So, yeah. And, like, that's fine, you know, she's got her own thing going on. She's got, like, other, like, I don't think Slim Shady's dancing a lot these days. I don't know. Even though, how much do I like? I don't know. It's funny, I think, like, the only Slim Shady song I really like is Kill Shot. Which I feel like is a weird choice, but it's just that, like, I don't know. I think it's because it feels a lot more real than the other ones, where it's just like, all right, my entire goal is that I was having a good day, and you talk shit about my daughter, so I'm gonna sit down for like 4 minutes and just fucking destroy you. There's like a very specific, like, ooh, that's a spicy emotion to that. It's like, goddamn, fuck yeah, let's go. Let's see. Looks like we also got a very small ad break coming up, which I cannot stop. I'm sorry. I'll try to stop the one closer to the half an hour mark. Amazon, why you like this? I hit the button when you told me to, and you did not count it. Lies and slander. Very, very sorry. Go, man. It's legitimately a really good song. It's like I said, it's a lot, because, like, you know, a lot of his music is very, like, I don't know. I grew up in that era where Slim Shady was doing mostly just kind of like goofy music, and he was already famous. All right, there we go. Now that ad break be going on. Let me see. There we go. I would even say rage bait music. I would say more like party music, really. Like that was just kind of the thing where it's like a lot of the stuff I saw of Eminem was like very much like radio music. Like, hey, I'm already a big famous guy. Look at me doing big famous guy things, which I never jive for. But I was like, yeah, Killshot's fun. Killshot is just legitimately him just being like, you sucked my dick for years, and this is how you thank me. All right, I'm gonna invent new exciting ways to call you like a pathetic man until like for 4 minutes, and I was like, fuck yeah, let's go. I got this fucking hand trim because Chaos hates me in particular. Big stretchy. Maybe I have to look up Stan. Like I said, I'm a lot of his stuff I don't super know, so I've just always just kind of heard what's been provided to me. But I do like Killshot. I forget how I was introduced to Killshot. There we go. Yeah, I think I was mostly introduced to Killshot because someone was like, "Can you like check this out?" It's like he just went crazy. Wish VTubers would take more chance. Yeah, it's tricky. I think about this a lot, actually, because, like, you know, I'm a VTuber man, but, like, because it's funny because, like I said, I've been, like, still kind of being on, like, a little, like, soul searching, like, looking at, like, early discussions on VTubing and, like, can VTubers be arts? Like, what's going on with VTubers? It's like it's, I think the tricky thing is that a lot of things that would benefit like that kind of like VTubers being risky about stuff like this is like, if you're in a big corpo, your stuff is already going to be delivered, but you're still kind of like encouraged to sort of do like very standard things. I mean, it's not like that's like 100% true. Like I still think my favorite Marin song is Unison, because like that doesn't really sound like any other Hololive song, and I genuinely enjoy it quite a bit for that reason. But also, like, if you're just kind of like, you know, just out doing your own shit, it's also just kind of hard to get like, if you're going too deep in the weeds or anything too weird, you kind of have to deal with the fact that like no one will ever find you. So the fact that you're purposely doing something really niche can get a little tricky. And also a lot of times there is like a specific group of VTuber viewer that does genuinely want like really like more to VTubing, but also they're just kind of like bad at manifesting what they want, if that makes any sense. This is not like a dig at any of you nerds in particular. This is just something, you know, I, as like a VTuber, I like to kind of check out places where people talk about stuff. And that was always kind of a thing too. It's like, they're like, I wish VTubers would do more stuff with lore. I wish VTubers would kind of be more like experimental. I wish the idea of lamenting that some VTubers are just there for boners. And I wonder about that sometimes. That's how you doing, honey? How you doing? I think I'm making a Chaos Lord. Honestly, a lot of 40k is stored in the pauldrons, the head, and the power pack. Like I would argue that these guys, the pauldrons are going to be impossible to remove from this guy. Find a way to integrate a power pack and give him a different head. That will get you most of the way there. How you doing, Instances? How you doing? How you doing? It's creepy meat disaster. Well, the thing is, like, I'm not even doing anything that weird, I'm going to be honest. I do have some ideas I want to do to try to make my streams a little bit more artsy and whatnot. But like, effectively, there is a specific kind of person that wants some stuff to be like, you know, kind of push the medium, but that person is also really bad at supporting the medium being pushed, as opposed to people who are like, I like the typical pop music, I like the boners, because the pop music enjoyers and the boners will like share the art and give them money and like talk about it and like be really enthusiastic and whatnot. And a lot of times if you want things to kind of get like really, really weird and out there, like without that support structure, it's kind of hard to make that happen. Possessed Power Pack would totally work. That would absolutely work. Honestly, like, the thing is, like, this is still a relatively vanilla design. You could probably still get away with a regular Power Pack, but if you got, like, a spare Possessed one, definitely go for it. But yeah, I don't know. I still think about stuff, and I've been, like, my big thing lately is I'm really wanting to try to bridge the gap between, like, my minis and, like, my stream interface. Like, I want to try to do, like, I've been trying to, how you doing, Dragonite? How you doing? I've been trying to, like, figure out how like the guys who done like Hylix, like how did they digitize their stuff, because I could do something similar. There's also like oh yeah, shut the door. Hold on, I'm gonna open the door. Like, there's also like a very like, this is more of like a UI thing, so this isn't like particularly crazy. There's like let's see, did I save the picture of this? I have like a million tabs up. I want to learn how to do a DaVinci Resolve, so I pulled that up to look into later. I'm still connected to it, because like I was using Premiere so I could do what's it called? I was using Premiere so I could use subtitles, but also like I don't use subtitles on Premiere very much. So like let's see. It's like Children of something. This game was recommended to me, and it has like a really cool UI design that I see in a lot of different areas that I would like to also do. I looked at my Steam wish list and realized I had like Banquet of Fools. There we go. I have 55 games bookmarked on here for later. Get like a good picture. The UI thingy in particular. There we go. Okay. Screenshot. It's taking a bit longer than I thought. There we go. Yeah, because like it frustrates me that like as a basically like, you know, a physical artist, that a lot of stuff I do doesn't translate to being an anime boy. And I need to fix that. I need to fix that. All right, so check this out. So this is like, I really like this menu style. I want to know how you do this. Like, what does it take to make something that looks like this? And there's also another thing too. Like, for people who remember like D&D 3.5, do you remember the book covers? Like, do you guys remember that kind of styling of like the kind of like the monster manual and stuff like that? I got to save that. Did you guys know that those aren't illustrations? There's an artist named Henry Higginbotham. Botham these nuts. No, but like for reals, let me do this. Let me grab you an example of this. There we go. But yeah, effectively, this guy straight up does like this is real. Let's see, oh, he also did his magic card too. Check this out. All right, you guys, oh god, I'm at that thing where I have like a million tabs out. Yeah, like the old brown covers. I'm gonna put another example up real quick. So this, if you've ever seen this magic card, that's not an illustration. That is a sculpture. That is a sculpture framed in a very specific way. Oh yeah, he also did a monster manual card version, which is going to be similar. Let's see, it's a monster manual too. Let me see. 0.5 monster. Let's see. It's monster manual 2. Yeah, there we go. That works. Oh my fuck off WebP. There we go. And then this is also another one of his works. And it's like, it blows my mind because I thought for years these were illustrations. I thought these were like painted. No, these are real. And that's why I'm just like, there's got to be some way that like I can do this, you know? Like I can make some shit and like bring that into my streams as like a UI thing or like a cool thing to manipulate. But it's like I don't know what like it's like a certain camera he's using. I don't know if there's like a certain like lighting style. I guess a lot of it is just me needing to like spend some, sorry Gal Bulbasaur, this is way cooler. This is significantly cooler, so I'm gonna overlap that. So I don't know. I'm not super jazzed about it. I think the idea of winning through like that kind of trickery is kind of feels bad. I don't know. I always like being really clear about like what rules are going on or like what is available and like what units do. I don't know. I've never been a fan of like, oh ho ho ho, you fucked up in a way that was not pertinent to you being a commander. Sorry. Never been a big fan of that. Ooh, okay. Let me look at that guy too. And I'll say for me, I like recently my big art. Ooh, fuck yeah, let's go. My big artist kick is I'm like I want to try to. I think that I can really put to use the fact that I'm doing a lot of cool shit. This is good if physical art and didn't know. Huh? Okay. Yeah. Misc does that too. Yeah. It's like. I wish I was better at drawing, but I never spend the time to get better at drawing. However, I've gotten way better at mini painting. And I think, you know, if I try to, like, the thing that I would really like to do, what I think would be like the most baller shit ever, is if I could learn live 2D and like fully animate one of my models. I think I could do it as like a PNG tuber, like ones that kind of like bounce and wiggle. Like the idea of like, or like just the idea of being like legitimately like a mixed media VTuber, I think would be neat. You know, I guess I could do. In a weird way, this would be weird as hell. In theory, if I was to print out all of my art, like for the individual parts that make up me, print them out, paint over them, rescan them, and try to put them mostly back in the same positions, I'm sure there would be like a million billion miles of scuff to it. That could be kind of cool, actually. They're like, what filter did you use? Like, no, I painted that. That could be neat. That could be neat. Oh, that's also like, speaking about like 3D, it's like I was watching this noodle guy. Like Bloom keyed me onto this guy because he's the guy that does edits of like he'll edit a movie and then just kind of like secretly fuck with the contents of the movie to fuck with his friends. And apparently this guy used to be like an animator, but like a lot of his videos recently have been like basically like like finger puppets. But he builds like a little set for them, which I think is the neatest shit ever. Like mind you, like look at this is like pretty simple. It's like, you know, it's like chunky cardboard and some stuff like that, but it looked pretty good. It's like I'm being sorry, Murray. I'm just gonna cover your fucking face. It's fine. I've been really inspired by mixed media stuff. I think there's potential for me. Finger puppet. Sorry. Like you activated me like a fucking like Manchurian candidate. What the fuck? Like I think I got some good foundations to do more mixed media stuff, and I need to get like this is also something that I'm thinking about, like the move where it's like I do wonder if like part of this move is going to be nice. It's like a nice way to kind of like refresh my brain, kind of do like a big reset on a lot of things. That might be neat. Need more scrap. Well, luckily it shouldn't be hard to get scrap, right? Just like find junk. Obtain junk. Let's see, there we go. I'm doing just a very lazy little dry brush on this dude. Oh yeah, this isn't like, okay, that's not a tentacle or a horn. He's just got like a weird wiggler back there. Got like a weird tendril, which I can just kind of fuck around with in a bit. So same there. Oh wait, was the? Because yeah, there used to be those like really cool like clay Pokemon cards. Was that them? Yeah, these. Oh, I remember the something I really liked about her stuff is like I think it's her, where it's like it. Like I remember these from way back in the day, and it's still going. Very very cool. I have zero desire to really collect Pokemon cards, but if I did, it'd probably be all of those because I find those very very nice. I remember as a kid, I was almost kind of weirded out of them. I was almost kind of weirded out by them, but like as an adult, I'm like, oh man, these are fucking rad. These are neat. Also, as a kid, though, I was like, Mewtwo's the best. That's why Mewtwo's got the best card, and then the Mewtwo card wasn't great. The early Mewtwo, maybe there's probably good Mewtwo cards now, but I remember that OG Mewtwo was kind of mediocre. And at the time, I was like, but it's Mewtwo, Mewtwo card, and they're like, no, you idiot. It's also funny because Charizard was kind of shit too. Like Charizard was such a sought after thing, but technically, fucking Blastoise was the only one that out of the main evolutions that was actually any good competitively, because Rain Dance was a good ability. Yeah, let me for context. Let me put up one of these cards. Oh, I love this one. Hold on. Oh, this one's perfect. This one is absolutely fucking perfect. No notes. Everything about this is beautiful. Behold. Look at this. This is uncommon too. It actually wouldn't be too hard to get a hold of. Like, look at chef's kiss. Looks like you got some like real like kind of plant material, and you got this. I love like. I don't mean this is an insult. I love how clay and like kind of like sculpty the hair looks. The hair very much looks like the material it's made out of in a way that I find very, very good. I like crop the shit out of that because I don't give a fuck about who cares about stats and cards. I don't need mega, giga, super big dick evolutions. I need weirdos like this in the beautiful, beautiful bob cut. Also, Luca Allman, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the workshop. I'm going on a bit of I'm enjoying some mixed media stuff. I've been feeling yearning for getting better at mixed media stuff. Put you over here. There we go. I think he's dry enough now that I can begin reworking on him a bit. How you doing now that everything's dried up? Oh, looks okay. There's little bits I gotta hit. I think overall that's pretty good. Part of me is debating whether I want to kind of like if I lightly want to like slime up. I think I still need to keep the skin kind of the same, but I definitely need to slime up the eye a bit. But before I do that, I think I need to return a couple, like a little bit of that initial kind of like mixed coloration to it. So let me get a little bit on there, and then I'm gonna go ahead and look at that Pokemon you just linked. There we go. Just get like a very, very, very slight little highlighty bits. I actually still be moving around some of the wash, which is a little unfortunate, but not too bad. There we go. That's probably fine. I could wait for that dry and just keep trying to build this back up a little bit. Yeah, I think that might be the play. Oh, hey, it's all good. It's all good. All right, Drapion. I'll look that up. Drapion. Images. Let's see. Ooh. Oh, holy shit. Oh, this is so good. I wonder how much this card goes. Oh, this is like a super big dick ultra. Oh, this is only like $10 on Amazon. That's not bad. I still don't think I'm at the point in my life where I want to buy Pokemon cards, but I do really like this one. I do really like this one. Look how good this one is. Look at it. We got the lads. They're dicking around in the sand. They got that wild style. Oh god, this is like, as somebody who was like there for the very first Pokemon, like I understand that Pokemon has power creeped like significantly, but it's like, man, everything about this, I'm like, holy shit, there's a lot going on. Like, okay, just the ability for each of your opponents, single strike, rapid strike, and fusion strike Pokemon. What the fuck do any of those words mean? I don't know. I understand that they have like V styles that when you kill them, you get extra prizes. I don't know what the fuck a strike is. That's fine. You know, I'm okay with being a Pokeboomer a little bit on cards. It's fine. Other people enjoy them, and that's more of like a thing now. So that's all right. Grab a little bit. Just a lot left. I wonder if I could use a glaze medium here. That might be kind of cool. It's a very cool card, though. It's a very cool card. Yeah. I mean, I guess the card game has to kind of evolve along with the actual like Pokemon game, but man, they get really fucking crazy. Yeah, let's go. My LGS actually looks like it finally got a bunch of stock from older sets in, and they have so many stacks of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cards. I don't think that set's doing very well at all. Like, I think genuinely a lot of people are like, hey, Wizards, stop this. Stop it. Stop it. That's nice to Mr. Mobius. Welcome. How you doing? Oh, I forgot about the Pokemon movie one. I'm thinking about the original one that you could get in, like, Fossil, I think? But yeah, I remember, because that was the deck that was apparently really good to hate, because, like, I only played like playground level Pokemon cards, so I never really knew the meta. So like years later when I was like curious, because you know, every now and then I will see a video where somebody's like, I'm gonna explain the meta of a card game. One sec, let me see something. All right, so I just got a guild message. This should be quick. Wow. All right, we're back. Sorry about that. So the looks like there's gonna be some like bad weather. So my guild boss was like, "Hey, you can work from home tomorrow." So I'm like, "Yay! Yippee!" There we go. So I'm also doing an apartment tour tomorrow. So hopefully the weather gets a little bit better than that. Yeah, I'm trying to think like card arts that stuck with me forever. Probably, I mean. Yeah, Ancient Mew is definitely one that I think about a lot just because it was like the cool... Ancient Mew is still very cool, to be fair. Ancient Mew was like the coolest shit way back when. Oh yeah, no, I need to do, yeah. Oh yeah, I want to do like a little bit of a flame effect there. Okay. I get a little bit of whites on there. Yeah, I've never played like a good Pokemon deck. It was always like Playground Pokemon where I was at. Yeah, no, like the guild would not fire me via a message like that. Also, I'm gonna be real. If the guild didn't have me, they'd be kind of it'd be rough on them. Honestly, I got pretty decent job security, which is nice. But yeah, I did think of some like early Magic art that kind of really stuck with me too. I'd probably have to dig around for that. Oh yeah, no, I know one that I think about a lot. Like that just kind of has like a very specific. No, it's interesting. I'm very mission critical at the guild, but also I don't get paid particularly spicy, so it's like, okay. I'm gonna let that dry. Also let that base get in there. It was a champion of Laquatus, I believe. It was from like one of the earlier Magic sets. Champ. I can never remember the guy's last name. It's like look something with an L. Like I think it's Laquatus. Yeah, Laquasis champion. It's like, I mean, this guy used to be on the like the booster art and everything. It's like it's just like this is like a very like early like late 90s, early 2000s looking card too. Like he looks real spicy. All right, let's see. I love the way he looks. Look at this lad. Look at him. I also just love his effect. It's like, fuck you, take 6 damage when it enters, and it will regenerate 1. Back in the day, that was cool. I don't know if it was good. Once again, like, I don't know what Magic around that era looked like in terms of being, like, that's another one that, like, every now and then I like hearing about, like, Magic competitive eras, about, like what was good and what was bad and stuff like that. Because, like, as someone who plays Magic, I play EDH, though, which is, like, such a weird thing. Like, I love EDH, but, like, in terms of trying to, like, it's such a weird, like offshoot from what the actual game is. And, like, there's, like, sometimes when it's, like, it feels weird thinking about it. It's, like, in EDH, you build a deck, but you don't want your deck to be too strong. But there's also clearly, like, a meta and things that are generally good. But also you're encouraged to kind of be your quirky, silly, running your own shit. But also, they keep releasing new cards that are just kind of inherently better than the ones you had previously. It's a really weird, like, it's not rotating, but it's soft rotating. It's very strange. I'm gonna get the rim. The rim will be black, and then I'm gonna do the dusty effect. Let's see. Oh yeah, I guess I could go. I already got a bit of brown on here, so I can just kind of like, clean that up a little bit. Probably not too much though. Yeah, it's from Torment. Yeah. That was roughly the era I started playing Magic. It was certainly an era. It's weird because also like, we had that 1-2 punch of like I was playing like with my stepbrother at the time. It's weird. I have to say, there's nothing weird in saying like stepbrother at the time. He's oh look. Oh no, a smokestack fell over. Like my adopted father is no longer married to his mother, so it's like we now have no longer any relation, but for a while he was my stepbrother. But he cheated like a bitch. He used to cheat like a fucking bitch in Magic, so it's like I don't think I ever got a proper early game of Magic because he would just cheat all the time. Because at the time I was playing, because like it's also because technically my deck's gonna beat the shit out of his deck because I was playing the like he did cheating. I mean, like, so it was 2 types of cheating. One of them was just like if you don't know better, you could classify that as like it's luckily people generally know how to play Magic now because it's a lot more conveyed, but kind of it's like in a way that like the Thin Your Paints version of like Warhammer stuff, it's like, oh, I played a black ritual, a dark ritual. So clearly I searched my library for 3 swamps and put them onto the battlefield. It says 3 this and there's on there, but then also he would also just like stack multiple lands together and play them at once. Or like draw a card when I wasn't looking, like it was both sloppy play and actually deliberate. Like I am cheating at this game. Like but also like we didn't really know how protection worked because otherwise my Phantom Centaur would have beat the fuck out of him. How's it going, Prim? Welcome everybody. Welcome. How you doing, Varrock? How you doing, Prim? How you doing, Azure Shot? And how you doing, Sogo? Welcome, everybody. Welcome. If you do not know me, I'm Homunculus, the Mimic Elf, miniature painting VTuber of the Nurgle variety. And how you doing, Brady? How you doing? How was you were doing Katawa Shoujo, right? Whose route were you going for? Currently today, I'm primarily working on this guy. This is my homunculus for Trench Crusade, but he's drying a little bit, so I'm also working on some casters for the old world kind of dealio. Also, how you doing, Birdmouse? How you doing, Deacon? How you doing, Hickory Deli Ham? That's an amazing name. Holy shit. That's an excellent fucking name. Hanako. Hell yeah, let's go. Which routes did I do in release? I did Emmys first, and then I think I did the Deaf Lady. I kind of always meant to go back and do Lily's route, and I never did. I think I only did like half the routes at the time either. How you doing, Elman? How you doing? I'm gonna be honest, when it comes to what you find hot, I don't know what you find hot. I mean, which one could you play at a shop and like fly under the radar with more, I guess? Yeah, she's an A. There we go. So how you doing, SW? How you doing, Azure Shot? Welcome. Hey, let's go. It's been a while since I played Katawa Shoujo. I kind of always meant to. I think the last time I interacted with Katawa Shoujo, there was like a big VTuber read-along project, and I was cast as Kenji, which was a lot of fun. Kenji's a very fun character to do reads of. Good shit. But hey, hopefully you're having fun with that. Yeah. See, that's always the tricky thing where it's like, yeah. I inherently don't think anything's wrong with saucier models, but like, you know, you want to be able to also too. I guess if you just want to keep them at home and just kind of like look at them, you can kind of do whatever you want. It's been dunking on Kenji. No, fair. Like Kenji's a fun character, but also he is like very like a very specific sort of creature. I think he's a very dunkable, but he's I don't know. He's fun. I also just think Kenji is like a character that I don't know could really exist now. Like there's little bits of his like conspiracy thoughts and stuff like that is now in a really weird spot culturally, which is kind of interesting. That's also how you doing, Nintendo? How you doing? But it's like, yeah, like I'm super due. The problem is it's like there's other VNs that I need to like finish. I was starting to read Shizuku and I basically probably need to redo that because it's been so long. I need to finish Shizuku. Kenji wasn't supposed to. The thing is, even like a lot of the people that wish they were Kenji are significantly like they lack the charm and the whimsy of Kenji's delusions. I think a lot of people, like in the way that like I've imagined you as a sad Wojak and I imagine me as a Giga Chad, I think they like to think they imagine themselves as Kenji, and I just don't think they got the sauce. I don't think they got the sauce. No, Shizuku. Shizuku is a visual novel. It's like one of those like, let's see, I should go Shizuku. Yeah, it's Shizuku. It's not Katawa Shoujo. It's the like one of those like really early Dempa visual novels. It was just translated to English very recently. I was starting to play it and I was enjoying it, but that thing happened in my life where like something will come up and I just stop playing the game. Happened to that? No, yeah, I wasn't talking about a root. That's what I'm saying. It's like that, and like I think something that is really weird to me in particular that I have not gotten around to Saya no Uta. I think is I run out of music? Oh shit. Okay, I guess I finished the rest of this radio playlist. Let's do... Okay. There we go. Also, it's doing a totally wrong thing for what song's being played next. Considering Sai no Uda is all about like weird body horror meat nightmares, like I know I'm going to enjoy it. I own it. I just have not gotten around to Sai no Uda. I feel like I need to at some point, though. I definitely need to. I mean, exactly. I mean, it does feel like a curse that somebody out there is like, yeah, I want to be Kenji but real. But like, yeah, no, that's at least to me, that's not a surprising idea that someone wishes they were functionally. I mean, you know, without like the heart condition and whatnot. But like, you know, I don't say like. I guess what do you mean by hold up? Like what wouldn't hold up about it? More or less. Yeah, so there's like that one. I don't really need to, but I remember I don't think I got all the roots on Magikoi. Magikoi? It's the one where there was like all the people who do karate, and there's also like the German exchange student and whatnot. that narrows down nothing. Oh, you know, I like it definitely is supposed to be unsettling, and I want it that way. I like when things are weird and disgusting and horrible. That's you know, I paint disgusting like. Would you be surprised that a guy who paints something like this wants like a weird, disgusting thing? Big shocker, right? I know. Absolutely shocking. Yeah, but no, understandable. But yeah, no, there's like so many. There's also like a couple of those like fucking like I think like Umineko. I feel like I need to read Umineko one of these days. Like there's a lot of visual novels I could probably like not read and be fine, but I feel like I need to read Umineko at least once. But it's also like a million billion years old. Like not years old. It's a million billion years long. Like it's a long ass game from what I understand. I know it's divided into chapters, so you can kind of like play it at your own leisure, but like goddamn. I mean, I'm gonna say, like, how often are you reading body horror, like, meat monster visual novels? Like, I don't know too many people who are ripping off Sai no... I don't know too many things that are ripping off Sai no Uda. I do also consider... I also need to read Fate. I need to read Fate. Because like, Fate's always had this really magical sway for me, personally, where it's like... Where, like, they like... Like I said, I'm jelly at people who like Saber or fucking not Shinji. What's this fucking main dude from Fate? Like just the protag. I'm blanking on his name right now, but like he's Emiya. There we go, Emiya. Like he's like Emiya is some people's like husbandos for like so long. Like people who have seasonal waifus are weak and they do not deserve the characters they claim. Like. I love it when somebody's like, yeah, no, like fucking Emiya's been my ride or die best boy since like, you know, the early 2000s. I'm like, fuck yeah, let's go. It's why I don't like, it's why I don't think I've ever really truly had an Oshi. Because I feel like it's such like a big commitment. And I know there's like, you know, you could say like, there's like Oshis and yeah, like Takako, unironically, yeah. I think Takako just to be a fun lady. For me, she's kind of like that embodiment of like a very specific kind of like anime fan in like a very good way. Yeah, it's like people like her or even like others, just like a lot of VTubers like that. There's a decent amount. It's not that uncommon. I would say it's not just her. I know her special quirk is like in the Fate Boys and also just anyone who's described as just like a normal anime protag. But no, people have had Emiya as a husbando for a while. Because like the thing is like he's got a lot of good traits, you know. He is like, you know, very self-sacrificing and trying to do the right thing, and you know, he'll put himself in. So something that like I found out that there is a scene in Fate where he gets killed, but like a temporary death. Like it's not like a big one. And there's just like a pile on his own blood on the ground. And he's like, well, I gotta clean that up. And everybody's like, Emiya, you just got fucking stabbed to death. He's like, yeah, I gotta clean up all this blood. I'd hate to dirty up this hallway with all my blood. I'm like, I can see why somebody would want to kiss him on the mouth. I could see that. That's a very specific sort of weirdness that I think can activate neurons for specific people. Like, I get it. I understand. know. I'm also just currently just doing some like oxide bullshit because I'm going to be doing some dry brushing later. I mean, it's probably presented as a bad thing, probably, but like, it can still be like a charming trait too, you know? I think some people like the idea of a character that would take a bullet for them without like any question or provocation. Like you could argue whether, why is I think my music playlist is breaking. Like, you could argue that that's like a self-destructive tendency, but it is kind of, yeah, it's kind of romantic, you know, it's like somebody who will like sacrifice themselves for you. There we go. Okay, I think my player's back. There we go. And then that means that they got that like hero spirit in them, the protagonist drive. I'm like, yeah, I can see why people would like that. I would see why people like that. But yeah, I've never had that. And I'm jelly, and sometimes I do want to like read something that causes that emotion just to figure out like if like is that a thing that I theoretically could get? Like could I see Saber in her natural environment? No, at this point, like I've seen Saber in so many other iterations. I wonder if that would have like any effect whatsoever, you know? Like, you know, like Saber from memes, Saber from like other games, Saber from just like, you know, like anime stuff. Like, if I was to read Fate Stay Night, would I see Saber and be like, I get it? Or is falling in love with Saber specific to a certain time period? Like, would I have needed to read Fate when I was like 17 to really truly like fall in love with Saber? I don't know. I'm using some gloss medium. I just tried to throw a big chunk of dried paint at my trash can and missed. Excellent. Love it. Love how skilled I am at this. Get like a little bit of this gloss medium paint. Oh my god, it's so thick. It's like it's super thick, so it's like not wanting to come off the lid of the brush. There we go. Yeah, then you got like canon Saber clones, you got unofficial Saber clones, you got Saber derivative characters that are made by people who have no affiliation with the Fate franchise. Yeah, it's nice to dream of. It's nice, you know, I get it. I'm trying to gloss up the eye because I want the eye to be like weird and watery and wet. So I might also make that like little thing in there kind of wet too. Even though it's more of like a metal thing, but like it's fine. God, I've also not like Gundam's another one of those franchises. I'm somehow have been like an anime fan for years, but I've dodged a lot of big kind of like seminal pieces of like art. Just mind you, like I've never read Fate Stay Night, but I've watched Kinzen Robo Daimi Dollar, and what the fuck does that say about me as a person? I don't know. I'm built wrong. I continue to be built wrong. Yeah, but like I've watched dumber things. Like one show that I consider a comfort show that I watch every now and then is like I think it's a Penguin Musume-san. It's like a bunch of like 15-minute little episodes. It's very like it's like a very comforting mediocre to me. Or like another show I really like is not Magikoi. Magikoi I was trying to say earlier. Fuck, what's it? Makami wa Shoi. Which is just kind of like magical Harry Potter school with way more otaku tropes in it. Like, I love shit like that. But it's like, I mixed out on the big cultural defining works. I still haven't fucking watched Toradora. Like, this is what's fucked up. I keep watching bullshit instead. I need to watch Toradora. I need to, but I have not yet because I watched dumb shit. I've watched a little bit of... I was watching a little bit of Penguin Drum when it aired, but I didn't finish it. And Great Teacher Onizuka I have not watched. This is what I'm talking about. Like, my watch list doesn't make sense. It doesn't. My watch list does not make any sense. It's very strange. I'm gonna let that gloss dry a little bit. You want to watch Toradora though, because I know that's supposed to be like, I love me a very fluffy, sweet romance. I love me a fluffy, sweet romance. I'm just gonna try to succubus skin for the guts on this guy. This is gonna look really blurry just because this is like the smallest fucking bit. I don't... That I've been recommended. I don't know. I need to take a look. I used to keep up to date with like a... So like, I had like a My Anime List account, which is not something I really used through that directly. There at one point, that might still exist. I've lost track of it since. There was a program called Taiga that you could, speak about Toradora, there we go, that you could use to track what anime you're watching. I used to bookmark a lot of shit via that. I don't know if Taiga still exists though, as an app. But yeah, I would just like find stuff that I find neat and just like bookmark it for later. Like, in terms of stuff that, like, it's not even a recommendation stuff I bookmarked. Like, I've bookmarked to look into eventually, like, Key the Metal Idol or Hi Bunny Run. It's the one with, like, it's everyone's like an angel. I know I've been meaning to watch that for years. I just haven't just sat down and watched an anime. I was even, like, trying to get back into it and was watching Bocchi to Rock, and then I just stopped watching Bocchi for reasons. I was liking Bocchi. To Rock. It was a fun show. I was like, damn, Bocchi. I'm rooting for you. I have a soft spot for characters that are really dysfunctional. I root for them. Like the whole Nagata Kabi like series of like my lesbian my lesbian experiments. Oh my god, what the fuck? It's the one where basically she kind of like hired a lesbian prostitute at a brothel because like her life was falling apart and it kind of saved her career. Like I really like her works as well, and I want her to get better, and her life doesn't, but I'm like, fuck. Light novel without wings. I don't think I know that one either, though. Yeah, it's a very depressing one. My lesbian experience of loneliness. Thank you. I can never remember the name, even though I own a lot of her manga in physical. It's very good. It's very good, genuinely. I know I'll love Toradora. I know I will. That also just reminds me of like a post I saw today where it's like Yuri fans are like, oh, you know, I like this is a really good show, but it's got a little bit of problematic. And then it's like yaoi fans like, yeah, in this in this manga, the dudes are compelled to fuck each other competitively. It's like, oh, that's very funny. Yeah, I don't see a lot of Yuri fans recommending my lesbian experience with loneliness. I don't know why. I guess to be fair though, it was like pretty well received and got like, it was like one of those few manga that kind of hit the US like best, it kind of hit like list of places where like normally manga doesn't end up. This is like way too thin. I think I'll just get some more of this on air. How you doing, Kobe? How you doing? Wait, what's the what the fuck for? Why? Nande? Oh, this guy's dried a little bit. I can get a little bit more. Like the more I gloss the eye, the more weird and disgusting it's going to turn out. How you doing, Kobe? How you doing? We're talking about Yuri, I guess. I don't know. Talking about Yuri online is very interesting because I find, like, I don't mind Yuri as a thing. There is a certain type of Yuri fan that is kind of obnoxious about it. Where it's like the idea of two anime women kissing is like the most beautiful thing ever, but they'll never actually read like a Yuri manga ever. It's a very, oh shit, I could try to do veins actually. So now this is an interesting question. Do I risk the super glue technique? There is a technique that some mini painters do, where what you can do is you apply super glue via a brush to seal a layer, and then you use like a Kyrian Crimson kind of wash to get veins. You basically, you put like a little bit of a wash on it, and then you take that wash and then you use little drops of alcohol to dilute it, and it causes like vein, because basically the glue is there to protect it, and then the alcohol will cause the wash to kind of like slightly dissolve and just kind of like pull up into like ropes. I'll absolutely kill the brush, but like, I got disposable brushes, motherfucker. That's why I buy these. How you doing, Buggy Wuggy Wooa? How you doing? How you doing? I could also do that as well. The thing is, like, this guy isn't like a Nurgle guy. I don't want the eye to look infected. But I do think the veins would be cool. It is a kind of a complicated technique. That's my thought. It's like, I have glue. I do have the glue if I want to give it a go. But that is a cool idea, though. super good for a single. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, like it's mostly good for like skin and stuff. But like I think the fact that this eye is relatively large means it kind of has a better chance. So you know, let's give it a go. So I got this murder scene speed paint, which is like a good Carrion Crimson kind of equivalent, if I dilute it, I believe. I have alcohol. I have alcohol here. Yes, there we go. I got that. I got some glue. I need a thing to put the glue on. Oh, there we go. I got a little bit of paper. I want to keep the paper though, because apparently, like, the Grimdark Compendium guys are like, yeah, you can use like cigarette paper. This is not cigarette paper. This is just paper that you put that you get tufts on. I'm like, this is basically the same thing. Yeah, here, let me do this real quick. Let's experiment, everybody. First, I'm gonna blow dry this dry just to make sure it is like, you know, solid to work on. Oh no, my paper. Actually, wait a minute. I got a disposable thing that I'd much rather be. Not jelly. Oh yeah, I forgot I made this. It's a little container that's supposed to be for like jelly cups that I definitely don't need anymore. Where's my brush? Okay, no, there we go. All right, so this is dry. I'm gonna take some super glue. I'm gonna put some drops in there. Generic fun to paint list. I do Methodius, so like my lists are mostly bullshit. This is going to destroy this brush, but these are testers brushes. They're like just super disposable. I got some glue. Put this on the brush. I'm gonna just try to hit it like basically just at the eye level. I can already feel the brush getting crunchy, and that's fine. There we go. Yeah, he had a good life. Well, technically, this brush was born to die, so this is fine. I don't know. Like, I don't know what's a safe amount of glue to put on this, if that makes any sense. Let me just put my glue at. Let me get like another drop. Well, specifically from what I said, the reason you want to use this is because the super glue will not react to the isopropyl alcohol. That's sort of the big reason you do it like this. So it creates a shiny. I do like how glossy it looks though. This actually does look kind of nice, even if I do nothing else. I actually do like the super glue gloss. So if nothing else, this is still gonna look pretty good. All right, this brush is fucked. I'm just gonna throw that away. But let that dry for a bit. Yeah, effectively, yeah. It was definitely like one of those things for a while. They're like, yeah, this is our special technique that you can only find out about if you subscribe to our like membership thing, which I did, to be fair. I actually do pay for a membership for Grimdark Compendium because I like their stuff. Yeah, how you doing, Tabletop James? Yeah, honestly, yeah, like cheapo, because that's always the thing. Like cheapo brushes are good. It's mostly they're just not good for as long as good brushes. So like, but like if you need them for like little disposable bullshit things, they're perfect. Yeah, someone put them on YouTube Shorts and then they released their own video describing how to do it. So that's always a tricky thing about like theoretically like copywriting a technique where it's like, yeah, eventually somebody's going to do the technique. But yeah, it's fine. Okay, like a little. Basically just getting a little bit of like orange around the tip to make us kind of like. I think I got a bit too much. I'm just trying to make the flamethrower end a little. It's like just a little toasty. I'm not doing like a really fancy glow. I'm just doing orange. I'll probably wait for that to dry and give that a go. Those are pretty good as well, actually. All right. I need to give this some time. I'm like, when will it be safe to attempt this? Like, no. I definitely need to give it some time. All right. In the meantime, I can use my bronze and I can do a dry brush on the various coppery bits. Of which there are many. Let's see, so we got this. I got my really tiny fucky dry brush, which is just this one. Go. Yeah, definitely gonna take a bit, especially because I went kind of thick. I didn't know, like, I'm very paranoid about like how thick that needs to be. So it's like probably I went for this caution more than anything. There we go. There we go. I will say that like this Pro Acryl bronze has looked really, really good with my typical like workflow for tarnished metals. Beautiful. Beautiful. All the various other bullshits that are using that. And then I think if I do this and get over into like the crevices of like the stuff, like of like the armor and whatnot, then I can always just go back and touch that up later, and that'll be kind of nice. Those are getting more and more legit, which is nice, because then I want to use them for the tabletop soon. I mean, I already used these for the table. Oh, God. So I just basically got them. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Because basically I'm probably just going to go back to like this like interior area and do probably do, if anything, some typhus corrosion. Like my Slaves of the Darkness army is very, spoilers, it's very Nurgle aligned, so like anything that can make it look a little bit more like crusty and fucky and whatnot, I'm going to go for. Yeah. Speaking about cheapo brushes, no, this isn't okay. This wasn't too cheap. This was a fucking Army Painter one, but God, at some point it just got like smashed. Very, very good for like this for dry brushing though. I like to use it for dry brushing metallics. It just works right. Got you. You are basically the same model. If you're like, why'd you got two wizards? It's because at one point there was an Age of Sigmar faction of Slaves of the Darkness that ran. It was basically the idea of like a big coven of wizards, so they had like a bunch of synergies for running multiple wizards. And at the time, I was like, oh, that's cool. And then I didn't really end up playing this army for Age of Sigmar at all, but I am playing it for like rank and flight games, which is fun. So they were not totally useless. Sometimes a project can sit in your backlog for 5 years and then become useful, which is nice. It's nice, but also, God, this is what's really dangerous about like hoarding minis, because legitimately sometimes like, you're like, well, why did you keep a hold of this thing? You haven't used it in so long. You should probably just like get rid of it or clear it out or sell it or whatever, but then you do use it and you're justified. So your brain is like, I have to hold on to this other junk. If this was useful for this, what if all these other things are useful for other projects? And that's the inherently like fucked up fun gamble to it. Sometimes they might be, a lot of times they won't be, but sometimes they might. So you gotta hold on anyway, just in case they are. How you doing, K-Mappy? How you doing? How you doing? Of course I'm still painting. I got, actually, what's the hour mark going on? There we go. I still got at least a while ago. Also, Potty had break at some point. I don't know when. Yeah, they really do. I still have paints from back when I was actively playing war games in like 2011 that are still like decent. They're not as spry and fresh as like freshly gotten paint, but they're still really solid. Definitely need to touch this up. Still looking pretty legit though. Just doing people things. Oh, that's good. That's good. Oh, fuck yeah, let's go. They were biding their time. Step 1, waiting until they were legal enough to drink. Step 2, become army. I think that's legit. It's not good. Yeah, but true. But like honestly, a lot of times if you keep it well sealed, like, I mean, there's always inherently going to be like a little bit of like moisture and air and whatever that gets in. But like if you minimize that, you can make a bottle of paint that's not used last a long ass time, which is nice. I forget. I think about that sometimes legitimately. Like I used to use like different types of foam for rocks. I used to do oils for a bit. It's fun to revisit my older minis because like sometimes, sometimes like I'll just be on a different color kick than I am right now. Oh, thank you, Huggy. I could definitely use the water for sure. That's true, those screw lids do make the paints last a lot longer. Stretch a bit. Hey. Hold on. Ah, whatever. That's fine. You ever stretch so hard you cringe instead? Just me? Just me? Okay. Yeah, that's why I stopped buying G-Dubs paint, because that happens. Like, I recently ran out of a Vallejo color. And like, I ran out, as in the paint was used to completion, which is, oh, his hand is fucked up. I need to get that a bit. Where it's like, that's super duper nice. It's like the idea of like, oh yeah, no, I ran out of paint, time to get another thing, and I didn't find it. Instead I got that like oil paint, which is cool, but like I got others. How you doing, Midair? Welcome. I'm always cringing indeed. I have to survive so many puns. Cringing constantly is the only way I survive. See, it's the only way I can stop from exploding. Probably needs a little bit more wiped off. I need to go back and like touch up the metal on this a little bit, but not too bad. There we go. Look at this. Look at this lad. He's looking reasonably legit. How you doing? Oh, there we go. Hold on. We got a couple in the back. There we go. All right. All right. So now here's the interesting thing. All right. So we go. Okay, this is gonna be interesting. Still drying a little bit. Okay. All right. That's fine. Still drying a little bit. I did not realize there's an acoustic version of this until recently either. It fucked my shit up. I was like, how did I not know that there's an acoustic version of fucking Bude? What the fuck? Oh, the cage. Fuck. How about you? So for context, this guy has got a cage. How you doing, 900 Teresa? Welcome, everybody. Welcome. If you do not know me, I'm Halbernot the Mimico from Intervening VTuber of the Nurglenscape and Variety. How you doing, Gifted Extraction? How is Reverse 1999 treating you? I am currently working on mostly doing this guy. How you doing, Ronan, the Otaku Knight? This is my homunculus for Trench Crusade. He's big chillin'. Actually do a little bit more. Even do like a bit of yellow on the end. Hey, how you doing? How's that game treating you? A little bit of a yellow speed paint. Oh, well, too much. How small? I am absolutely tiny. I am the tiniest 6'1" VTuber you've ever seen. It's probably just because so many VTubers are just absolutely itty bitty, and I am a reasonably tall lad. Good story and art. Yeah, let's go. Painting has been going great. I've been working on this guy for a bit. I'm currently doing a little bit of like a yellow glow on the tip. So I can make it look like it's a bit warmer. A bit more on there. There we go. So everything is a miniature. True. But yeah, I'm glad you're having fun. Like I said, I've been working on this guy. Do I want to do another room on the base? No, I should wait until I do the. Oh yeah, I guess I could while I'm waiting. I could do the dust. Where's my dust at? I had dust cups. Oh, I do have my dust cup. Oh, that's more brown. Yeah, I'll use a new dust cup. Okay, so I'm gonna take this. I got some Vallejo burnt umber. Yeah, I think the burnt umber works. Take a little bit of that. And then, oh shit, I need to get some enamel bullshit out. All right, hold on. Let me grab some various things. Chuck them up there. Dust. Get me a different brush. Got my blow dryer ready because I kept that in my lap the entire time. So basically what I've been doing just to kind of like seal in the dust effects is I've been mixing them with the because prior to that I was using the method where you mix them with alcohol, and it mostly works, but the thing is that also the alcohol does strip the paint sometimes if you're not doing it too right. So this should be a little bit less annoying that way. A bit in here. Right, and then yep. Yeah, we got my powder in there. Gonna mix a little bit of mineral spirits, just not a crazy amount. Just mix it up, and there we go. Mostly try to get around the base in particular. I want the base itself to be real. This guy's so big, so this guy's like barely fitting onto a fucking 32 mil. That's fine. Then try to like feather it up a little bit, kind of add remove a little bit on my paper towel and just kind of like brush it up onto the legs because I want the end result to be kind of like dusty-ish. There we go. And then now I use my blow dryer. Oh, I use mineral spirits. Oh yeah, he's like relatively weighty. It's not too bad. There we go. I can see the dust is forming a little bit. Trying to sometimes I'll like over dust it. This is definitely a bit lighter than I'm used to, but it shows up way more on the back, which is good. Mineral spirits is really good. I'm somebody who does a lot of enamel painting stuff, so like mineral spirits is life, mineral spirits is love. But like it's super good. It's super good. I'm a big fan. Slightly a little bit more around the bottom ring. There we go. Yeah, it's ventilated. I also have the kind that's like I don't know necessarily if it's non-toxic, but it's the one that doesn't have as much of a smell. A little bit of like a direct line is forming, so I'm gonna try to like swoosh it down to try to kind of make it look a bit more organic. Maybe get a little bit on the tank as well. There we go. The dust is straight up just like Vallejo pigment FX burnt umber. You can also make your own if you like grind up like color pastels or whatever. White Vallejo metal. Oh yeah, same. I've actually just used the thing of the Vallejo gunmetal very, very recently for similar reasons. And there we go. Okay, we got like a nice kind of like natural dusty look to it. How you doing, Mudkip Games? And all right, later, yo. I don't know why you do that, but there we go. It does kind of blend in a little bit with him, but I think that's kind of nice is actually just because he's just like a dusty creature. Right. I'll make sure I rinse the fuck out of this. I think the pigments do kind of fuck up the brush, but you know, that's not a big deal. Then put everything back. And then maybe at this point the layer is flip over everything. All right, do I want to, let's see. Okay, so in theory, this is where we're experimenting now. I have a speed paint called Bloody Murder, which I set aside until I forgot where it's at. Murder Scene, there we go. I'm gonna take Murder Scene. It's not quite a wash, so I'm gonna thin it down just a little bit. Typically, I think you're supposed to use Carrion Crimson, and I don't have Carrion Crimson anymore. But also, a wash is functionally not that different from a speed paint, really. Really clog the fuck up. Oh no, I just dunked my hand, and my hand is now yellowish. It's fine. You would think I'd wear two gloves, but I liked it to having one hand for like a tactile feel, if that makes any sense. Oh wait, no, I did find my metal toothpicks. By the way, good universal tool, metal toothpicks. They're very nice. You can use that to like scrape and poke and stab a lot of stuff. Some people also do this, to be fair. I don't know, maybe I could try it. Some people also just kind of do this to like add some like kind of like tatters and scratches to fabric. Like I can just like, if I just kind of scratch it, I can just kind of add like a little bit of distressing. I don't think I want to go too wild with this. That might have been a bit too wild with this. Fuck. Nah, it's fine. Whatever. Don't bother me, actually. No, it doesn't look too bad. I can always dust it up too if I just need to cover that later. Oh. Okay, so this is pretty good because it just removes... Okay, I can just actually just stick this in there. It'll show the clog, and I can just physically grab it. There we go. Nice. Baller. Rest. I'm glad somebody was able to help out all those genes, though. Stupid. Stupid. That's a stupid joke. All right. I'm gonna take a brush and I'm gonna like water this down a bit to be like really, really thin. All right, there we're okay. We're going all in on this. I will say, worst case, if nothing else, this kind of looks pretty good by itself. I actually don't mind this as a look. Big sullen red eye thing. Hold on. Hey, there we go. I basically took a sponge and I just added a little bit more of the powder to like that particular spot. I might do a little bit more even. Hey, there we go. My mistake is gone. I mean, you can kind of see it in the light, but like it's not super big. All right, so I assume, do I have to wait for this to dry? I think I have to wait for this to dry. I like a separate little mixing container for this. I could probably put like a little bit in here. Oh yeah, I can just put some in the lid. What am I doing? So I'm pouring me some alcohol, but not for drinking, you know, just for painting. That's something I've been realizing, that before I move, I have a lot of booze and I don't know how much I want to bother bringing with me. Like the Malort I'm bringing because that's sentimental, but I also, like, for at the end of conventions I've been given, like, I got a bottle of soju, I have a thing of Black Label whiskey, I have other stuff. I think I have like a little like adult Christmas gift, like little tiny thing of like Fireball whiskey as well. And then I think I was given some wine by a boss of mine. It was like, yeah, this is a gift. I'm like, okay, sure. Oh, what's your character carry capacity? This guy's got strongs. I mean, the other guy's got strongs, so he can carry a big thing. Also get like a little, let me get the skull. I just forgot that this guy's got, oh yeah, there's another skull in this other base too. Skulls. Get the skulls initially paid. I can just kind of go from there. There we go. We got a skull there. Oh, for my booze. Oh, for like, wait, for like my drinking capacity? Or like, wait, what do you mean by that? Nanda? What do you mean? Nanda? Yeah, having nails would be kind of neat too. Wait, oh, here's the only one with a skull. Okay, fuck. So this is... Oh, sorry, how much can I carry? Oh god, I could probably fit that in a box if I need to. All right, so this is okay, so this is the part that's gonna be a little tricky. How do I deliver the alcohol to this? Like I could put like maybe like a brush should be good. I'm introducing the alcohol to this. Oh, it's starting to do stuff. I don't know how much do I like prod it and like squish it around. Oh, Guys, it's working. Look, it's making veins. Ooh, ooh. Okay. Apparently you can also do this in multiple layers as well. Like if I wanted to put some more glue on top of this. At the very least, this kind of looks neat and just like oh, this eye is like not doing well. What was the last thing you used this technique on? This is the first time I've ever done this. I'm going to be real. This is the first time I've ever tried this technique. I've seen it online. But I've never actually done it myself. Which is, yeah. Honestly, for the first time, it's turned out pretty legit. I can definitely see little veins. Also, like, there's a couple little bits where it's like bunching, like right here, where if I just drop a little bit there and just kind of like. Okay. Pretty much, yeah. That's basically the gist. Paint on super glue, let it dry. Ideally use like a wash. And then, yeah. And then also just kind of like, you know, like wiggle, or you can also use a brush to kind of like move around like the little strands of like kind of what gets, when it starts to bunch of like kind of like what gets left behind. Like, I don't think I'm quite getting the veins on this, but I'm definitely, what I'm getting is like the eye is like kind of looking bloodshot. Like it pulled up pretty well around the sides. In terms of like this eye is very agitated. I think this kind of fucking nails that look for sure. Like look how ooh, actually let me try this. I'm just gonna see what happens when it fully like dries. It's still also a bit shiny, which is good because it gives me that eye texture. Usually when I've seen people use this on his skin, like if you just have like a big flat bits of skin, you can kind of do this on there. I guess I could also, if I wanted to, I could also just like add a little bit more back. Like there's like a little bit down here that kind of bad. I'm also thinking of just adding a little bit more of this around the, like a little bit of this murder scene around the middle, like the bit that, whoa, okay, hold on. So that was like the nice kind of agitated, add some veins and stuff. But if I add it around like the edge. Okay, I'm just taking that wash, really thinning out and just kind of adding it to the. Oh, fuck yeah. Let's fucking go. Look how fucked up that eye looks. Mwah, chef's kiss, molto bene. Perfect. Hell yeah. Let me grab that alcohol. Oh god, yeah, fucking spring allergies. Alcohol's been poured back in. I almost reflexively was like, hell yeah, and almost, part of me wanted to shoot it. I was like, this is 93% isopropyl alcohol. I think even a tiny bit is gonna fuck my shit up, so I shouldn't do that. Alright, so I'm gonna also take a little bit. I think I just need to do one more bit of black around the rim. Yeah, he looks uncomfortable. Which, you know, a homunculus shouldn't look good. Actually, hold on. I could do very similar things around like these little bits. Hold on. Where's the fucking murder scene color that I hadn't set down somewhere? I do this every time. I mean, that's how. Did I put it up? Where did I put this? Hold on. Ah, I tucked it to the side. Looks like it's always making... Yeah, exactly. What are you doing, bro? How you doing? I'm debating, like, I don't think... So these are, like, artificial eyes. I don't think they should be, like, full glow. Like the full... Oh, my God, the more I look at the eyes, the more fucked up it looks. I think I might... Yeah, there we go. Just kind of adding this kind of like little bit around like the edges. But this also, every now and then I remember that like the bullshit I listen to and the bullshit I paint are very, very different. So it's like, yeah, just listen to some Ooey Mama music while I just paint like this grossest fuck. It's great. I love my totally incongruent tastes. It's so good. Unironically, I love it. And I could actually probably do a similar thing. I think I just kind of want to add this also to around the edges of this like central thing. Why am I not using murder? Why am I not using this kind of like reddy purpley thing around this a lot more? Especially because I want this particular to look like, you know, every time there's like one of these like kind of like sultanate symbols embedded, I want it to look like it shouldn't be there. Like it's causing this thing pain. Nice. Hell yeah. And I can even kind of like feather it a little bit just to kind of like... One more layer of just around it, because that needs to be like, that needs to be the darkest part. Yay! There we go. All right. Now I think all I got to do is just add a little bit of I just got to add another ring to the base and then it's done. Yippee! I have a bunch of also what's it called? I have so many Sultanate models. So like I worked on this guy, I worked on the Elite Lion Jabir, and I had my Alchemist. That I was basically gonna put them together as like a set, like, yo, this is like my my recent upgrades in the campaign is just like one rotator. So like I actually like it's weird. I've been like, there's been like a couple weeks where I just haven't posted anything of like that's complete. Now I got like a whole bunch coming. I'm like, fuck yeah, let's go. All right, you're done, buddy. Hell yeah. That's the backlog. I might have went a little overboard on the back, but that's, you know, that's fine. That's fine. He's done. All right, so the model I wanted to get done tonight is done. Yay! Yippee! All right, so let's continue working on these Chucklefucks. What do you need to be real, buddy? What do you need to be real? We need a color for the pole, which I think is just going to be like a wood. Like a, maybe brigadine brown. There we go. Yay! I like finishing things. Woo woo. Let's go. There we go. Gotta paint. Yeah, I gotta paint both of the staves, which is not too bad. And then, especially once I get the Sorcerer Lord on Manticore, it's actually kind of crazy. It's like I keep thinking it's like, you know, I'm playing more rank and flanks. I probably need to get a lot of units, but it's like, no, I've had these. Like I was like, oh, it'd be cool if I had some knights. It's like, how? You have 10 Chaos Knights. 5 of the new ones, 5 of the old ones. Like, oh yeah, I've actually had everything like. The only things I really don't have for my Chaos like army is I don't have barbarians really. I actually just really don't have like a barbarian equivalent, and honestly, those probably wouldn't be too hard to get. I don't know if like, I mean the new G-dubs ones do look pretty nice. They look very, very complex, which I don't know if that's going to be great for like painting. Because you know Games Workshop does that sometimes. We're like, this is a unit meant to die. It is chaff and it is shit, and it'll be like the most elaborate. Like it's got so many doohickeys on it. It's that's definitely like I think the most excessive version of that are the Poxwalkers. Like the Poxwalkers look great. They have a lot of fun detail. They are good 40k zombies. They're very good 40k zombie workers. They are meant to die in a stiff breeze, and depending on the edition, you will have anywhere from 20 or 30 of them painted. Yeah. Night goblins are good for a horde because you got like a little green face and then you got a robe of your color. Like that kind of stuff makes sense. But it's like let me see if I can find them once I get all the staves. I'm gonna take it. It's been a while since I looked at those barbarians. Because for a while they were shit, and then now they're like significantly less shit. It's great. But yeah, I think for a while it's like. It's also neat because I'm playing with locals. I could just like, I had some good bestiarum ones that would actually be pretty legit. They weren't specifically barbarians, but they're ones that like, if I did like the right weapons and whatnot, they would be pretty good, fucked up barbarian lads. I also think this is really cool that like fucking Akatsuki Records did this song is an original. This is the original song of theirs, which is nice. I mean, I would listen to literally. Stack could read a menu and I'd be like, wow, Stack is the best. Let me I'll thank you for the hydrate stretch. I'll definitely need to do that. Oh. I nearly dropped some shit. Stop wobbling. Stop wobbling. What are you doing? Oh, actually, hold on. Oh, that hit real good. Oh, that hit real good. Oh yeah, we got like an ad break coming up. It's just gonna be a short one though, so no big deal. Oh yeah, let's look at those guys. Look at those guys real quick. I want to take a look. I don't think I'm going to get these anytime soon. Once again, my backlog is plenty fine. Chaos Marauder. Yeah, let's find these nice old ones. Oh god, they're $90. Oh, you do get a bunch. This is something that's always really weird about like the old world to me, where it's like they'll tend to 20 Marauders would work for most combinations of things, but also $90 is a lot. Yeah, these lads, I forget when they came out. They're like relatively new in the grand scheme of things. The endless release cycle no longer deems them social media worthy, but like they look really good. But like this is what you guys see kind of what I'm talking about, where it's like they're chumps. They're beautiful. These look great. Each one of them looks like they could be a PC. It's gonna be it would be a million years to paint through all those. But they do look nice. Swoosh them down. Really, I think I mostly just need the horsemen though. Did I get new Marauder horsemen? Hold on. They did. Okay. Okay, these look pretty legit. These look pretty legit. There we go. Sorry, I'm just like, wow, how looks at models? Woo. Yeah, those guys are mostly fur. Like these guys, I'm okay with them being pretty detailed. It's five dudes on a horse. I guess technically 10 dudes on horses. These two look really nice. Once again, though, I think I can do that. Yeah, they're no longer like indeterminate slabs of Play-Doh meat, which I enjoy. The old ones were bad. Like, I remember when I was getting back into, like, when I was, like, first starting mini painting, I was like, God, why are these so bad? And the answer was, no. Yeah, Comsussor Todd sung by Teto. This version's always really nice, too, because, like, whoever mixed it did, like, a really, really good job of making, like, it's Teto, but sung in, like, a really different way that I'm used to. Like it still reads as her, but it's clearly they're doing like a different way of tuning her voice than a lot of times you'll hear for Teto songs, which is nice. I like the variety. Well, I think the idea that like a lot, like Teto is like a 30-year-old woman, but like this is the first time like she really sounds like in this one. I'll fucking get the ad break. That's fine. How much typhus? I should have bought some Corrosion shop. That's fine. I'm gonna add some crust. The shitty disposable brush. Different shitty disposable brush. I keep these around for like crust and stuff. There we go. I'm just gonna lightly hit these with the crust. I guess it's kind of weird because I don't think the Sultanate would purposely keep their captives in like a rusty iron cage. But I think it's just kind of funny. I think a rusty iron cage is just kind of a funny thing to stick someone in. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm just getting very light. I also do need to use this for like some of the other models too, so this isn't too bad. Get the interior ones a little bit. Then the ad break will be ending soon, and then we'll be free for ads for a little bit because Twitch hates me in particular. Wait, am I? I shouldn't be. Hold on, I shouldn't be mode mode anymore. Wait a minute. I was enjoying just being like a little creature. All right. Are we back yet? Maybe. Yay! There we go. All right. There we go. We have been retrieved from Twitch's ad jail. Yippee, 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 hooray! So right now I'm just crusting the cage because you know you got to. You got to crust one of these. Yeah. All we had are these just rusty spikes. It's we gotta. The Sultanate needs us to put our people in rusty our foes into rusty spikes. Now the real tricky thing is like I need to crust up the metal. But also, like, not go too, well, I had, like, a shitty brush earlier that I put that up. It's like a square, like, it's like one of those brushes with, like, the triangle grip. No, that's not it. This is a good brush. Crusting the cage, yeah. It's like, oh, man, I've been real sick. I've been crusting the cage up all week. The doctor gave me some pills, and they're not helping. Yeah, something like that, you mean, kind of? Yeah, I can see it. Wait a minute. I gotta find assortment of like. Sometimes when I'm just like at like Target or whatever, I'll just pick up a couple of the really shitty brushes just because they're nice. They're nice for what I want to use them for, which is just to like crust up some shit. Don't do that. Go ahead and just get like the axe a little bit. There we go. Being really sick at work. Also true, yeah. Please let me out of the wage cage. I'm afraid I will crust it up. I'm feeling the illness. I don't know why I always default to like chimney sweep voice. I don't know what leads me to that. Like all roads go back to chimney sweep voice, and I don't know why. Get like a little bit on there. That might almost be a bit too much crust on the. So if I get this a little bit wet, I can like remove a little. Wait, I also got a sponge too. I might actually be able to take the sponge and just be like, no. Yeah, there we go. Sick. I pivoted. It does feel kind of weird doing like a pinpoint version of this because usually, it's easy to kind of slop it on, and I'm not necessarily say I'm not even doing that now, but it's like slightly more targeted than I've done in the past. Got looking sufficiently crusty. This guy's got significantly less armor, so it shouldn't take much longer for him. Same deal. I also need to get that stripe. I kind of forgot they do the stripe on both of these guys. There's like a little belt. I totally missed a little belt. Okay, whatever. I'll have to go back and get that little belt then. I didn't do the hand either. This other guy. It feels weird just using like just a tip, just getting like a little bit of crust on there. Nothing too crazy. Go up in there. And then I'm hoping later I can eventually go back and do No, I didn't do armpit. Fuck. The most important part. How can I miss the armpit? What the fuck? There we go. Looking good. Your armpits are doing good. We got that on there. We got that on there. We got that on there. Do we need to go back with the belt? All right, he's ready. Now the big one. Now the big one who is mostly covered in stuff that could be crusted. Also, the tip of this brush is deteriorating in real time. It's really funny. Wonder if I could like rinse that back out. Yeah, I've been like I said, Kobe. I've been doing. I got to play OPR Regiments today, and then also I might have an old world game in my future. I don't know when. It's just we're very much at that like there's a couple players near us that do old world every now and then, and we might yeah, I gotta play. God, so the what's it called, the Plague Dude equivalents. Horticulus Slimux in that game has the ability to just say, hey, a model within 18 inches, you're in difficult terrain. I was able to lock down a entire unit of cavalry for 2 turns just with that ability. It was fucking brutal. Oh my god. I was just like, yeah, you know your cavalry, it's not charging. And then my Blightkings got to him and just fucking beat him to death with hammers. It was great. It was pretty great. It was pretty great. It really does, yeah. I've it's been a while since I played vanilla OPR, but I really did like. I do think the facing mechanics are really nice. I had a lot of fun. It's also like, so I took a picture of my entire army ranked up. I'll probably put it in the Discord later or something like that. Of just my entire army on like, I got the movement trays in. The movement trays aren't fully painted, but they got like black rims and everything, so they look fine. And it does activate the neurons. I will say having a full army, that's, oh, I'm gonna get that sword too, so whatever. Having an entire army that is on a base is really, yeah, the morale can be brutal. My friend was playing the undead, so like all of his guys were fearless, so he kept making so many fucking morale checks, but also they crumbled when hit, so like, you know, it was a very interesting back and forth, for sure. And then go on there. There we go. Just the vampire counts equivalent. So he had like some vampire lords on some mounts and some wizards and stuff. Very, 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 very classic undead. I guess I can dry brush this guy. Bit of a buff, maybe. I mean, I don't know how strong typically are the army rules, because like the Nurgle guys basically have the exact same rule where it's just like the 6-up feel no pain, more or less. But yeah, at least for our game it was relatively close. We don't know what's like good yet, and that's fine really for what we're doing. But yeah, it's been fun. It's been fun, I will say that. I've been enjoying that rank and flank life for a bit today. And I'm also gonna play some turnip and turnip fun. So there's a turnip 28 cult called the Tragedy of Rust, which is like an experimental tank-based cult that he made. Turnip Max made like a couple of years ago, maybe like a year or two ago, and it's just kind of like he's had different plans since then. I was like, oh, this would be fun. Because we're thinking about doing like a Turnip 28 Apocalypse level game, where we have like, you know, like a bunch of units, like to the point where it's like the game is absolutely going to shut down, but we're just kind of like, we want to see the spectacle of it. Like we really, really want to see the spectacle of like how batshit can this get. Which sounds neat personally. We got this gross guy. What do I want to do for his organs? Do I dry brush purple onto his organs? Find out. Oh, actually, that looks pretty good, actually. Okay. There we go. I think I'm gonna go and just try to glue this fucker onto the back. Let me get my baking powder, baking soda thing. Get a little bit of glue. But yeah, so as far as other armies I can draw, I do got Skaven, so I can run Skaven. What other ones do I realistically could run? I technically could probably run the Stormcast equivalent, which is really funny. Yes, nothing better than Stormcast rank and flank. I do find it kind of funny that they let you do that. It's like, yeah, fuck yeah, why not? Who gives a shit? But then you have to paint them. Stormcast or rats? I have painted rats, that's the thing. I own the rats that are painted. I have easily enough for an army of fully painted rats. Got some baking soda on here. There we go. All right, it's glued to the back. Yippee! Don't see them because I don't have right now. It would be fun to just be like, yeah, we're ranking and flank it today. Just show up with Stormcasters. Like, they're like, what the fuck? You're like, they got rules for it. Why not? Yeah, I guess the thing on the back, I might as well paint up the area around it like metal as well. I'll just kind of do it as like a big rust cluster, I guess. Nothing too crazy. I got this. Sorry, the tip is. I'm surprised how well the tip is mostly survived because I just use it for nothing but crust. It's not long for this world, but you know, this brush was meant for like terrain and shit like this. There we go. Like, he was looking a little weird. Not that there's anything wrong with the model, but like, these guys are already slightly converted. I was like, I gotta make this guy a little spicier. So I think that's just enough spice to kind of get him going. Because I almost swapped out the helmet, but like, I have a bunch of Blightkings bits still from like my OG Blightkings, and it's like, you know, they look pretty good, but like the ratio on him didn't quite work for any of the helmets I was looking at. I was like, okay. The tarnished bit on there. It's all good, Nintendo. Have yourself a good night and take it easy, yo. Oh, I guess I can dry brush the skull too. Here we go. I got this. I got a little bit of off-white paint. I might as well attempt to dry brush the skull. Little grimy fucker. I guess I can also, God, it's like, I actually, you know, it's kind of, I don't know. This guy is obviously more nurgly than the other two, so I think I'm just going to leave like the weird oil base for him. I mean, it's good to find out. Here's a good test model. Now that I know that I have like, I basically now have a bottle of thick paint that when thinned or even painted gives the consistency of like dirty oil discharge bullshit, which is like, oh, that's cool. That's nice to have sometimes. I'm losing my dry brush. I think do I want a slightly bigger one for this? Yeah, let's use the boar brush for this. Yeah, I also think it's going to be really good for like machines. I do. So for the big turnip thing we're doing, I'm probably going to run a cult that is very focused on tanks, like the tank one I was mentioning. So it's like I have a Lehman Russ that I need to turn up, so that way I can run it for my Lost in the Damned as well. Oh yeah, also Oni, have yourself a good night and take it easy. I'll be wrapping up soon. I got a little bit of time left, so I want to try to get as much base materials done before I wrap up for the night. Kind of like a kind of overpaint, bringing a lot of that back. I did also pick up some more. I ran out of tufts. I'm so glad I picked up some while I was there. I was like, oh shit, okay. It's super nice. I also need to figure out what color I want to do the scabbard. This guy's like getting there to being done. Like both of these are like all three of these are like not particularly buck wild models, so like I can just kind of like work my way to getting them complete pretty easily. But more of this paint though. Brown green, or is that nope? Hold on, I dropped the paint. Adepticon drab brown. Oh, there was a while I was like, I kind of want to go to Adepticon, and then like this is just like no. Life is like nah. One day, 1 year, 2027 maybe, I would like to go to Adepticon. I feel like I need to go at some point. Not that it's like a bad need. It's just like a really strong want, I guess is a bit better. I'll probably eventually go back and do. Actually, I haven't really been using like dust on these guys. There we go. All right. Look at you. Definitely not anywhere close to being done, but like, you know, would do fine on the table. Let's see. Well, I guess let's see what happens to this oil base if I do like this. Kind of like I said, it's kind of like dry brush over paint on it. It's kind of weird. I'm not gonna lie. It's fine. I also think it's gonna be toned down a little bit once I do a once because I'm probably gonna do a what's it called, like a matte varnish on this guy just to kind of make sure all the stuff sticks. Yeah, I mean, like, I ran this guy at like a much worse state than he was today, and like he still looked fine. I'm kind of of the opinion that like I know the big thing is like wanting to play with fully painted armies, and I generally do, but I do even think just like, you know, I would much rather some paint, like even like a single colored airbrush or whatever on everything as opposed just to the gray plastic. Like there are definitely tiers to things getting painted. But like even the tiers that aren't great, I still would much rather see that than just like a gray horde ahead of me. Like I saw a guy whose army was just entirely like, I think it was like green today, off to the side. I was like, you know, that still looks better than nothing. I'd be okay with playing against that. There we go. All right, so his brush is dry brushed, and I think with that, hi there, Majide, how you doing? We were talking about a little bit ago. Unfortunately, though, I am about to wrap up for tonight, but yeah, let me show you real quick what I was working on. Behold the lad. Oh god, that eye turned out so fucking good. Oh, I did that technique where you use super glue to seal in a layer, and then you put some paints and then some alcohol on it, and he's like a crazy bloodshot eye now. Hell yeah. All right. And with that, let's pause the music and let's go to the chatting screen. Why indeed, hello live. But yeah, thanks for coming, everybody. I had a lot of fun. Schedule-wise, so, you know, usual schedule, but instead of, instead of Half-Life next week, it's going to be Esoteric Ebb, which I'm pretty excited about. On Tuesday, I'll probably be painting my Chaos Manticore, Sorcerer Lord on Manticore. And then on Sunday, probably some Blightkings. I don't know. I don't know yet, so we'll find out. But yeah. Everybody on the YouTube side, I'm going to cut you nerds loose. So bye, YouTube people. Bye-bye.